Yo, welcome to No Fugazee Podcast. I'm your host, Cooley. We got another amazing episode here today, man. We are going to be doing some debates and allowing some fans, some supporters, and some haters to join in on the stream, ask me some questions, and we're gonna kick it and get into a lot of stuff. Let's go. All right, we are back, man. Ladies and gents, we are currently live right now on Facebook and YouTube. If you can hear me good, put a 1 in the chat because I usually have some audio issues and I want to make sure the audio is very crisp today. Actually, let me go ahead and listen to this bad boy. Make sure the audio is sounding. Because I usually have some audio issues. Oh, the audio is sounding perfectious. All right, we are waiting for this one guy. He hit me up. He believes that the black woman is God. He believes that all people came from the black woman. So we're going to wait until he joins the stream. But until then, let's go over the usuals. So currently right now we're live on YouTube. So the first link in the description... The first link in the description is to join the membership. So you click that link. We got 3 tiers. First tier is gang. Second tier is hitman. Third tier is mob ties. You join any of those tiers, man, and you part of No Fugazee, man. When the merch drops, which will be dropping soon, I actually got all the... Actually, let me go ahead and tease it for y'all real quick. Let me go ahead and tease the merch. I'm going to tease the merch real quick. I got y'all. It's fire, too. Hold up. See if y'all can see this. Hold up. Okay. We got the merch right here. See the No Fugazee, that new logo. You see that new logo right there. Where it's at? Get in front of the camera. Yeah, that new logo. That joint fire. And it's that good quality, man. It's going to be tight around the arms. Like this shirt you see here. And on the back, it's that fire. We got that fire on the back. So these are dropping soon. You know, you got that God over man, man over woman, woman over children logo. You know, the slogan that I always use. I mean, it's been used before me as well, but I mean, I went viral with it plenty of times, catching these feminists and their flawed logic. Other than that, man, so we are waiting for this guy to come onto the stream and join the stream. He said he'll be in here shortly, so hopefully that will happen in a few moments, but let's finish up with the usual schedule program. So first link in the description is the membership. Join up for the membership, man. You get all of the behind the scenes footage when, you know, we kick out girls, you know, when we had to call the police on a one chick. It gets real crazy, bro. So join up for the membership. You get all the behind scenes footage and you get other privileges and accesses too. When the merch does drop, you do get a discount for joining up for the membership. And if I keep doing that with my nose, because my allergies is killing me, man, it's May. Second link in the description is to join the live stream. So if you go to YouTube and you want to join this live stream, if you are a supporter or a hater or just someone with different agreements, just someone that has different, points of views and stuff like that, click the second link in the description on YouTube and you could join right in and we could have a discussion. The third link is to sign up for one-on-one coaching. So I do dating and relationships coaching, couples coaching, and also media and marketing coaching. So sign up for that as well if you need any help in any of those areas. The next link is for the Clips channel. Actually, Clips channel been growing pretty good, man. Let me bring that up. I'm going to share my screen to show you how the Clips channel. Everyone go subscribe to the Clips channel. Actually, if you're not subscribed now, first subscribe to this YouTube channel, then go over to the Clips channel and subscribe to that channel. Let me share my screen. Share screen. Let's do. Okay. All right. So here is the main channel, right? So you go down to the main channel and you can get to the Clips channel right here. It's called No Fugazee Clips, but it's at No Fugazee Podcast Clips. So go subscribe. Currently, I got 779 subscribers. We need to get that up to 5,000, man. So y'all need to go ahead and subscribe. We already got some clips in there booming. And the numbers is looking good. 5K views, 8K views, 24K views, 32K views. So the clips are definitely doing its numbers. 24K views. Yeah, man, it's doing good. Look at the logo, though. Y'all peep the logo right there? That Dragon Ball Z logo? And that's me right there, bro. They got me as Goku for the Clips channel. Shout out to Steve for making that logo. Actually, Dane, did I even share it? No. Let's bring it up over here. There we go. Now y'all seeing it. My bad. I was just talking. I ain't see anything. So here we go. We got the Clips channel right here, but let's back up a little bit. So you can get to the Clips channel right over here by the main channel. If you scroll all the way down, go to Clips. You see the Dragon Ball Z logo, me as Goku, that you're on fire. Click right there, and then you can sign up for the Clips channel. Like I said, it's been growing. 24K views, 32K views. 24, 32. Yeah. Videos is definitely going up. So join up for the Clips, man. If you don't have enough time to watch the 2-hour or 3-hour podcast and I'm debating these girls, or if I'm debating a man that comes on here on stream, go to the Clips channel, man. And it's a lot of stuff right there. So let me go ahead and stop sharing that. All right. Homie isn't in here yet. We are still going to wait for Homie, though, just to see if he comes in. You know, he hit me up. He said, yo, I believe the black woman is God. I think how it happened was he reacted to one of my clips that I had put up. I think when I had this one feminist on over here and I was debating. Actually, let me go to it. Let me share my screen again. I'm going to see, man, I'm on Restream now. I got some capabilities for y'all. I'm going to play it for y'all. So let's go to share screen again. YouTube, share, go here. But yeah. All right, look. Actually, let's make it, let's make it like that. Okay. So I think he reacted to this one. Let's go to shorts. One of the viral ones. It went crazy viral. I got 2.9 million views. Let's play that real quick. Oh yeah, I was definitely snapping. So I think that's actually, he may be in now. Let me check. 1 second. All right, let's see here. Let me bring him up. Right before I bring him up. Hey, I see you in there now. Give me 2 seconds. Let me go ahead and go to Facebook. All right, so just to let everyone know, on Facebook, Facebook is very sensitive, so during this debate. And if you want to join the stream as well, just go on over to YouTube now. That's No Fugazee Podcast on YouTube, because I will be closing down a Facebook stream within about 15, maybe 20 minutes anyway. So you might as well head on over to YouTube, and we're going to get busy. So stay active in here on Facebook for now, but it will be closing out soon. Let me go to YouTube real quick. Oh, the chat is busy in here on YouTube. Okay. Let me see. Where are my mods in here? We got any mods in the chat? Tim M. I think, Tim, you a member. Let's make you a mod, Tim. Hey, Tim, I'm going to go ahead and mod you for this stream. So anyone that's wilding in the chat, any haters, you can go ahead and get rid of the haters. Get them out of there if they hating. But if they have something, if they have different, points of view, that's fine. Leave them in the chat. But if they just in there just spamming, just sending the same thing, I'm going to make you in charge of that, Tim M. Send you a member and do the right thing. If not, you're getting excommunicated. You're not being a mod no more. All right, so let's add you as a mod. All right, Tim, you modding right now. We got Deshaun R. Sent you in here, bro. I'm going to add you as a mod too. Same for you, bro. Mod the chat. Do your thing. So Deshaun R. We got Phil Jr. I might as well. Well, Phil, you good. I see you in here, Phil. All right, man. Let's get to it. Let's go ahead and add Buddy, and we'll start with introductions first. Yo. You are live with No Fugazee Podcast, man. You got your audio on?
Yeah, you can hear me?
I can hear you clear. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you good.
Sounds good, man. Where you from?
I'm from New Orleans.
You from New Orleans. That's what's up, man. How old are you?
37.
37, my man. And what you do for a living, man?
Man, I just started going to school for real estate. I'm trying to get me a career now.
Okay. He said he's trying to give me the career now.
I'm trying to give me a career now. You know what's going on.
Fair enough. Yo, for the YouTube channel, you mind putting a spliffy down? Because I don't want to get flagged. Yeah. Just for YouTube, and we on Facebook too. Yeah, we don't want to get... My man came on with the spliff like, yeah.
Yeah, it's about to get real.
All right, bro. Yo, so I'll let you go ahead and... state your main points. You hit me up in a comment and said, the black woman is God. And actually, you sent me some stuff on Facebook. You sent me, and I actually watched it. You sent me some
video.
You sent me a video, and I watched it, and it explained, I guess, on how the black woman is God. So, since the viewers, this is very new to the viewers. Like usually, when people think of God, they think that, of course, he's not in a physical form. The Christians may believe that God is a physical form and he goes by the name of Jesus or Yahshua. You know what I mean? But as far as the normal folks, they don't view God as a woman. You know what I mean? So go ahead, explain.
All right. First, I want I appreciate you allowing me to come on the podcast, and I'll be checking you out. You a smart brother, though. You do be dropping some jewels.
Appreciate it, man.
Some good jewels. But it's just one thing you said that I couldn't agree with, and I just had to speak on it.
Sure. What was that one? What was that one thing?
You and the lady was debating, and she was saying that she was a creator, that she was God, and you were telling her eggs ain't nothing without your sperm cells. And it's really the other way around. Your sperm cells ain't nothing without those eggs. You feel me? But it do take both. No, don't get me wrong. It take both. But at one point in time, woman was able to conceive without the man. At one point in time, I'm going off what I came across doing my homework. And at one point in time, women didn't even have periods. That come from traumas. So during the time when they didn't have period, it was at their higher self, and it was able to impregnate themselves. You feel what I'm saying? It's just like the same way like a plant. When a female plant don't have a male plant around, it turns into a hermaphrodite, impregnate itself, so it can produce, and have bare seeds.
Okay. All right.
But
So you're pretty much saying that a woman at some point in time was asexual, could reproduce without the man's seed.
yeah, because she carries something. It starts with a P. I don't want to say it wrong. I'm pronouncing it. Damn, bro.
I know what it's called.
How you say it? How you say it?
It's called Parthenogenesis.
Yeah, that's it right there. So you know where I'm at with it.
Yeah. I already
You know
knew
where I'm
about
at
it
with
before you even hit me up. So,
Oh, all right.
so parthenogenesis is the ability to reproduce without the male sex counterpart. I'm aware of that. I mean, if anyone went to college for a little bit or paid attention in science class for a little bit, you know that some mammals, well, not mammals, some, let's say like insects and animals has the ability to reproduce without a male sex counterpart. Like lizards and Cape honeybees, they have that ability to reproduce.
Seahawks too. I think a seahawks carry the child. The only animal they carry.
It's actually five animals that have the ability to reproduce without a male sex counterpart. But mammals aren't capable of doing that. So some like mammals, like chimpanzees, monkeys, and humans, we're mammals. You know, anyone that has the ability to, pretty much just they're more conscious than other beings, than other animals, let's just say. So okay, so you said that. Explain a little bit more, and you can go into more detail. But you pretty much just said that the women can reproduce without a man. Go ahead.
Yeah, and then it's just the way how nature, everything is connected to each other, and without the woman, she connected to the trees, to the grass. My whole thing is just to bring that honor back to the woman, that the throne she's supposed to be on. But as time went by, we lost that. We lost that because they westernized everything. The Europeans couldn't deal with a woman being God, so they switched the whole concept. Everything alive. 1 + 1 don't even equals 2. That's a systematic thing.
Wait, you said 1 + 1 doesn't equal 2?
No, it's really 3. The mother, the father, plus it's the child. So it depends on how you look at it. You see what I'm saying?
Okay. So 1 + 1 doesn't equal 2.
No,
in
that's
your
the
mind.
Systematic system. That's how they.
That's how systematic
system. Yeah, but 1 + 1 actually equals 3 because that's to bring forth the child.
So right behind you, you have some stuff behind you. What's that behind you?
Oh, that's just some crystals. I be rocking them crystals. I'm into that.
So you got one crystal on your neck. Can you grab that other crystal behind you? Not a one right there. Can you grab that one?
Oh no, this is the saint sign. That ain't it.
Oh, can you grab that one though? Can you grab that? It's like a little chain though. Yeah, grab that. I want to see that.
Yeah, that's just saints. All right. That's just the
and you got that saint. Now, currently, right now, the other one that you have on your neck. Can I see that one? Can you put that up too?
You can see
now,
it.
Can you hold that one up and the other one? The one that you just at the same time. Hold them up at the same time. All right. I see you got one over there, and you got another. So you got one in the right hand and one in the left hand. How many you got? You got what that equal to? My nigga, that equal 2. It do equal 2. Come on, man. Come on, man. I can't hear you. Your audio went out. Turn your audio back on. And what that equal? Yeah, I can hear you now. What that equal, man?
Man, there you go, bro. You got
what it equal, man?
It equals 2. It equals 2. That's 2.
So what you talking about? 1 + 1 don't equal 2, man. You sound like one of these delusional chicks I have on a podcast, bro.
No, like you see that kind of went over. See, that went over. What I'm saying, the way how they systematic did everything. Well, I don't want to say 1 + 1. It don't always equals 2. Put it like that because you got to be careful with your words. Wordplay is everything. So 1 + 1 can't equals 3. And I'm saying that for as family wise, mother, father plus the child. That's the Holy Trinity. You feel me?
Okay, I understand. I think I'm picking up what you putting down. So the Son, the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit, the Trinity. I don't believe in the Trinity, but we can get into that.
Yeah, I don't believe in that neither because they excluded the mother out of the Trinity. You see what I'm saying? It's the Father, the Mother, and the child. That's the power of the Trinity.
All right. Okay, man. So real quick, I think the audience want to know too, because I'm curious. We just did an example right there, and 1 + 1 did equal 2. Can you explain in some situation where 1 + 1 would actually equal 3? Can you explain it in a logical way?
Ain't no logical way. I just broke it down.
Okay, so there's no logical way.
Yeah, it's just the mother, the father, and the child. That's the Trinity. You feel me? That's why I was getting at with the 1 + 1 don't always equals 2. That's 3 right there. If you get where I'm at with it.
It's 3 because you said father, mother, and son. So it's 3. So it cannot equal 2.
It's not necessarily the son. So it's the mother, the father, and the child. Because it could be a daughter or a son. But that's the Trinity. That's why I'm getting at with the 3. You dig?
Okay.
1, 2, 3.
Let's move on. I got let's move on. What else you got? Explain how the woman is the God in your eyes. Keep going.
My perspective, okay.
To your perspective, sure. Go ahead.
I could use Tupac words. We get our name from a woman. We get our game from a woman. You feel what I'm saying? And the way how it's set up from nature, the woman by nature is she nurture you. You see what I'm saying? Them 9 months of carrying is just the beginning stage. Because your mama teach you everything. So you learn everything from your mama. You feel what I'm saying? You come from the vagina. That's the portal. That's how you get here in the physical form. You got to go through the woman. And also, it's even in nature. They bring forward life. The female brings forward life. So in my perspective, that's what makes the woman God. And the black woman, certainly that's what makes her God due to the fact that she carried that metropolitan gene. I said it right?
Yeah, it's a little off. It's okay. You from New Orleans, bro. I'll give it to you.
Yeah, you know how it is.
Everyone on Facebook, this conversation is definitely about to turn up. It ain't gonna be good for YouTube, for Facebook at all. So come on over to YouTube. That's No Fugazee Podcast on YouTube. I'm gonna go ahead and close down a Facebook stream. Conversation gonna get a little bit more deep, and it's gonna get a little bit more raw. Time to go in. 1 second. Let me go ahead and close down a Facebook stream. Yo, can you silence your phone?
Yeah.
Appreciate that, man.
Trying now.
Okay, so Facebook stream is closed and we are live only on YouTube. Okay. All right. So, question for you, man. All right, so you pretty much laid it all out. So you're saying that the woman is God. So now I'm gonna just ask you some questions. Because do you believe in logic? Like, do you believe like in some type of in order to have order, things need to be done in a logical manner?
Yeah, I believe in that's order. Yeah, I believe in order.
You believe in order. So you believe in order over chaos, right?
Yeah.
All right. So, I mean, if you believe in order over chaos, then that means that you definitely are seeking. Are you a man that wants to seek truth?
Yeah, I'm seeking knowledge. Yeah, I'm seeking.
You seeking knowledge. Yeah, you seeking it. Right. Okay, I got you, man. And are you aware of social constructs?
No.
Social constructs.
No,
you're not aware of that?
No.
Are you aware of like cults and stuff like that?
Yeah,
cults.
Right. Yeah, I'm familiar.
Okay,
with cults.
So. All right, so quick thing, man. So like everyone is familiar with cults, like Jim Jones. You know, you get a crazy pastor or someone that is preaching, to an audience, and they're spilling some nonsense. And pretty much, for example, it's like this. This is how it goes. I'll give you an example so you could truly understand. All right, you ready?
Yeah.
Do this for the audience too. We're gonna make this a little teacher moment, then we're gonna get a little bit more in debatey. All right, so actually I got the wrong one. I'm gonna make sure I got the right one. Okay. You see these lines of paper?
I can't see you.
You can't see me?
No.
Let's see what happens to your camera.
I don't know. I just see myself. I don't see you though. I don't see nothing. It just show that you live and they got the time frame.
Okay, let me see if anything is wrong on my end. Hey, chat, can y'all see me? Put a 1 in the chat if y'all can see me. Yo, actually go back out and come back in.
All right.
Yep, go back out and come right back in. Hey, chat, I'm gonna spare him a little bit, and then I'm gonna go in. So just wait. Just wait, chat. I know y'all in here. I see y'all, man. I see y'all in here going in. One can be. I see y'all going in, man, and I gotta do this for y'all, bro. So I'll wait till he comes back in, and then we'll get things popping. Okay, here he is. All right, man. Can you see me now?
No.
You still can't
see. Yeah.
You still can't see me. The audience can see me.
Damn, I can't see you. Hold on. Let me try something else. All right, hold up. I'm about to come back.
Okay, go out and come back in. No worries, man. All right. Well, waiting for him to come back in. Other than that, this is going to be a fairly quick debate. So anyone else that wants to come in and talk about some topics, click the link in the YouTube description and you can go ahead and join. Once you click that link and you join, you put in your name and stuff, make sure your camera and your audio is on, and then you'll be in a waiting bracket. I'll be able to see you though, and you'll be able to message me directly once you click that link. And it's the second link in the description to join the chat today. So let's wait for him to get back in here. So I'm going to give him an example in regards to what a social construct is. And then we're going to get into it all. Because I just want him to understand maybe where he fell off. Because homie in La La Land, like one of these chicks I have on the podcast. But we're going to get him straight today. Gonna get him straight today. Oh, man. Y'all see the gains, bro. Homie been going in the gym. Y'all see the gains, too. Never lacking.
All right, yeah, I can see you now.
Okay, you can see me now. All right, cool. I'm going to do a quick example, quick demonstration in regards to how a social construct can work. I see you in here that just came in, ISIS. I'm not going to add you up. You good. I see you laughing. You good. If you want to come in after him, I'll add you up so you can stay there. I also see Z and Morse and Morsh as well. Y'all all good. I'll let you know when I'm going to add y'all up. Cool. So here's a social construct, man. It happens in many different ways. A social construct, it doesn't necessarily have to be like something that's, usually it's not rooted in any truth, but here we go. All right, so I got two pieces of paper. You see these paper, right? These lines on the paper?
Yeah.
All right, so this one right here, the lines is more squiggier. It's more squiggy lines than this one. You know what I'm saying? There's more squiggy lines in this one. If you truly look, you see that? You can see the more squiggier ones in here, if you can see.
Yeah.
All right. So since it's squig, and you see that, right?
Yeah.
Okay. It's actually the same. None of the lines are squiggy. So that's a social construct. I just literally manipulated you to believe that in one paper, the lines are squiggly versus the other one. I was lying to you. That's you believing that a woman is a god. It's a lie. So you were socially constructed to believe some nonsense that was purported from some person that was manipulated by their mother, who he probably was a person that grew up without a father in his house, and he was raised in a single mother household, and his mom pretty much imprinted on him to believe that the woman is a god. That also happens when guys tend to date single moms. When guys date single moms, is usually for two reasons. One of the reasons is because they don't have enough options to attract a multitude of other women, so then they wouldn't date a single mom. The other reason is because they grew up in a single mom household, so the attributes and characteristics that they single mom has, which is usually more neurotic and more emotional and more of that woman that's doing everything, like, oh yeah, I'm a boss babe, I'm independent. The mom, what she does is, the man then tends to project that on other women, because all of us men, we tend to want a woman like our mom, truthfully, right? We tend to want, I want a girl like my mom, like, that's nurturing. So what happens when a guy is raised in a single mother household, he projects that on his future mate. And he's looking for certain attributes that single moms had, that his mom had, like an independent boss babe that's out there working multiple jobs trying to get it on her own, that won't take crap from a man. So then that dude is like, well, yeah, I kind of like the girl with a little attitude because it reminds me of my mom. But that's nonsense. You get what I'm saying? So social constructs happen just like the thing we just did, man. So anyways, let's move it right along, right? So question for you. Who do you think, actually, I see more y'all coming in. I got y'all. So who do you think should lead and is the more capable leader, the man or the woman?
Listen, it's a balance thing. It's the yin and the yang. You got to bring balance. So you have one that could lead spiritually, then you have one that could lead physically, but you have to work together. So it's not like I'm above you, I'm ahead of you. We gotta work this together.
So if you had to choose, so when you're in a relationship with a woman, would you say you would be leading that woman or you want a partnership?
I want both. I want to lead as well as a partnership. I want both.
Got you. Can you be fat and skinny at the same time?
Yeah.
Man, that's an oxymoron. How can you be fat and skinny at the same time? Can you be big and little at the same time?
Yeah. You got people in bad build. They're bad build. They're bad build, man.
Yo, send the asteroids, man. What? What is going on here, man? Man, what you're speaking in oxymorons right now. You just said you want a partnership and you want to lead the woman. That doesn't correlate. That's not logical. Because you can't. Got it. You can't be a leader and leading someone, which is then having someone follow you, right? Because in order to be a leader, you need a follower. So if you are a leader, that means that someone is following you. How can it be a partnership? Nothing is equal if you're the leader. Do you think in a military, the captain, is subordinate to his normal troops? No, the troops are subordinate to the captain and the sergeants. So there's an order to things. There's a hierarchy to things. You understand that, right?
Yeah, I understand it. I understand it. But see, in a relationship, from my perspective on how I'm gonna go operate in the relationship I'm in now, I'm gonna lead. But it's a partnership at the same time. When I say partnership, for as when it comes to decision making, because I'm leading, I'm gonna still consult with my partner on this decision. You understand where I'm at with it? That's why I'm saying is the leadership and the partnership could be both. Because just to bring balance. Because you have to bring balance. You have to put that woman in the position to where you gotta honor her. You gotta worship and respect her. And you can't just make decisions on your own because y'all in this together. It's a relationship, partnership.
Words have meaning for a reason, right? And this is the reason you're speaking how a woman and a feminist would speak, where they try to use a word and make that word have multiple meanings. Like, they say that there's 12 genders, but really there's only 2 genders. They say that there's a cis male and a cis woman. And then there's all these transsexualisms and stuff like that, all these isms and things. No, there's only 2 genders, man, woman, male and female. So words have meaning for a reason. So then when we speak a word, when a word is being spoke, the person on the other end that's interpreted, we all know the same meaning for the word, right? So partnership is a different word than leading. It's 2 totally different words, right? And those words have different meanings. But anyways, we'll get right on into some other stuff. So I'll speak for a little bit just to give you some of this work, right? In regards to the stuff that you spoke about. So you spoke about the woman is the God. And one I'm going to just say real quick that's very nonsensical and that isn't a natural occurrence at all. One, let's just think about it. How can you get a lesser, how can you get something that's more from a lesser?
What's lesser?
Okay, I'll say it again. I'll ask you. How can you get something that's more from something that's lesser? The man is more. The woman is lesser.
Negative.
I'll explain in a multitude of ways. Okay,
I can't agree with you on that, and I can tell you why.
Enough. I'll let you explain why in a second, but I'll explain my why. So here's why, and the scientific evidence on it. I mean, if you're living in regular reality, everyone knows that men are physically stronger than women. Also, men upper body strength is on average between 40 to 60% higher than women's. Think of it like this. If a woman could lift 100 pounds, the man could lift 150 pounds. So physical upper body strength. Women have on average 41% lower grip strength than a man. So that's the ability to grip things, right? And then also, men are about 10% bigger than women on average. Like the average man is 5'8". The average woman is like 5'2". You know what I mean? 5'2" to 5'3". Right. So we're physically superior than women on all parts, right? Then let's speak about the mental. Let's speak about the mind. So first we spoke about the physical structure. Now let's speak about the mind. So women are higher in trait neuroticism. You know what that means?
No, you got to break that down for me.
All right, I'll break that down for you, man. So neuroticism is just, it means that it's, how can I explain it so you fully understand? So it's a unit of psychopathological upset caused per unit of stress. So for every stressful situation, it's the level of negative emotions that you have, right? And women are higher in that trait, which means that women experience more negative emotions than a man experiences. You get that? So if we're speaking about someone that's superior, who would be the superior being to be able to get things done, solve problems, and and have the capacity to lead people, lead themselves? Well, that would be the person that's lower in trait neuroticism. The person that's higher in trait neuroticism, they feel more negative emotions and they're living in their mind. They're living in delusion land. Then they tend to want to make up things because they always feel negative about stuff. Well, let me just believe that 1 + 1 = 3. You feel what I'm saying, man? Like, yeah, bruh. Also, if we're speaking about, I'll let you go in a second. If we're speaking about IQ, right? If we're speaking about IQ. So women tend to operate in the middle of the IQ. Pretty much that just means that the smartest people are men. Like the geniuses, they're actually men. But then the dumbest people are actually men as well. And women kind of hover in the middle between, smart and dumb. You get what I'm saying? If you're looking for a genius, if you're looking for someone to create things and build things and invent things and find cures for cancers and diseases and be surgeons and be architects and stuff like that, that would be a man. That would be a genius. Thomas Edison, Tesla, those are genius minds. You get what I'm saying? If you're looking for, you got to think about the other far spectrum, like autism, which, man, you may probably suffer from that a little bit. You ever got checked, man? Autistic?
Not checked.
All right, cool.
I can get a check for that?
You get checked for that, buddy, because you believe that 1 + 1 = 3, and, man, you could be on a spectrum, but I'm gonna give you a pass. So men on a very, very one end, on a far left extreme, they are, usually bums. Like, you don't really see women that's on the streets and that's bums. You see more men. Normally people that's, on the streets and homeless, they got something wrong with their mind. Have you ever seen a woman that's homeless? Rarely. Yes. You haven't.
No, it's a lot of them where I'm at, Playboy. It's a lot of them.
But between the ratio from men to women, there's more homeless men than there are women, correct?
Yeah, it might. I ain't never look at it, so it might be. But I do be seeing. I be seeing them. But you know what? I can't say that they're homeless. Because I just see them holding a sign. They could be hustling, so I can't say.
They could be hustling. They could be hustling.
So I don't know.
And this is the thing. Like, how you haven't even seen that yet. Like, that's kind of common sense that people would know that. We got to think, like, a woman has a vagina. She always has a home to go to somewhere. Like, what? Some simp is going to let her in. It could even be you. Hopefully it's not you, though. I don't want it to be you, man. That's why I got you on here. You getting this work. So don't be simping and believing that a woman is a god. When you believe that a woman is a god, it's a very simpish mindset because you tend to worship a woman, right? So here's how it goes in a man's life. And a man's life is very simple. You're either going to worship money. You're either going to worship hedonistic things like your own self-pleasures, like masturbation, watching porn, and playing video games, or you're going to worship a woman, right? But what you need to do is worship God. You need to worship God, and God is neither man or woman. God is beyond, above, in it, through it. He's outside of it. He's not any of that. The God that I believe in. You get what I'm saying?
Right. I feel you.
I would say this. If we would say what characteristic traits would God fully take on and possess, I would say he would have both, because he created. I would say he would have more of man. God created man and then a woman from the man. That's what I believe in. Don't go dying on me, man. I need you to get this work, man.
And that's something I can't believe.
You can't believe in it.
Man can't come from woman. I mean, woman can't come from man. Man came from woman. That real analogy is made up. The woman was here first. Ain't no other way you can put it.
How can a woman be okay? So do you believe that animals was here before the woman?
I don't know. I ain't looking to that. But it's a possibility.
Okay, well, listen. Let's critically think about this. Let's critically think. If you believe that the animals was here before women and women came here before animals, right? How could the woman protect herself from the animals, from the wildebeest coming, from night, and how can she even hunt to get enough calories to survive?
Listen,
let alone surviving from the animals. So look, let me finish. Women, this is what I'm saying. You can't get something that's more from something that's a lesser. Right? Woman is lesser. Woman is the weaker version of the man. You get it? We're physically superior and mentally superior as well on all metrics. I'm talking about generally speaking. Now, of course, we know that there are some very, very smart, intelligent women, and kudos to them. And I respect those women and the things that they've contributed to, which isn't much anyway, but god dang. Anyways, bro, here's what I'm saying. If the woman came first, she would be eaten by the wildebeest, the tigers, and the lions, and the snakes, and everything else. She wouldn't even have survived to create a man. The man was created first by God, and he was physically capable to manipulate the world and stuff like that, to create fires and do a multitude of other things, and hunt and gather to get enough calories to survive. And men, we're not higher in trait neuroticism. So that means that we don't feel as much negative emotion. So think about when it's dark. Thousands of years ago, there wasn't any lights, bro. Women wouldn't have survived. They would have, oh my gosh, I'm afraid of the dark. What do I do? No, a man don't experience emotions like a woman do. So we're capable of even hunting in the dark. Ain't no chick hunting in no dark, bro. She's gonna be scared to death. The first woman on the planet hunting in the dark. She's the first woman if woman was created first, she'll be dead in 5 minutes. I give her 5 minutes of survival, and she gone. She gonna be like, what do I do? I got no man for guidance.
Do you know
I'm joking, but Go ahead.
You know about the Ethiopian queen, Candace, who beat Alexander the Great, was a female. It was all females who whooped him. You know, Ethiopia never got conquered. That was women in nature. They was in tune with nature to the point where the elephant obeyed them. The lions obeyed them. You understand? So
Yeah, man, you
the
wasn't
woman
listening to
is
nothing
more
I said, huh?
powerful than is spiritual. Yeah, I'm listening to what you're saying, but you're saying it from one perspective, like an egotistic perspective, like the man. We everything. Don't get me twisted, but we nothing without that woman. We nothing without the woman.
I'm just saying that a man doesn't need a woman to survive, but a woman does need a man to. Let me finish my statement. All I'm saying is this. A man doesn't need a woman to survive, but a woman does need a man to survive. The man only needs a woman to reproduce. She's there for reproduction value, right? And she's there to be a helpmate. That's what she's there for. So, but the man would be then there to do everything for the woman because we have to lead, protect, provide, give guidance, and everything. So I'll go ahead and let me see here because we got a few people piling up in here. I'm about to get to these other calls.
See, I need to make.
I'll leave you with the last
run
point.
Outside right quick.
You need to run out?
I need to come right back. Yeah, I need to come right back. I'm coming right back. All right.
I'm going to bring someone else in. I got you, buddy.
All right.
All right, chat. What you just witnessed here is a delusional man. Yeah, man, living in La La, man. And this is the thing, man. Like, sometimes it's almost... I'm not going to use the word sad because I don't feel sad. Like, that nigga's a grown man, a nigga 37. He's older than me. I'm 34. But it's like, come on, man. Like, as far as the black community, like, we've come so far as black people, but we're still so far behind, like, mentally. Like, that we put the woman as the head to represent blackness. Like, that's what he literally did. And it's crazy because you don't see the white man putting the white woman as their head and their God to represent man. Like, it makes no sense how far we fell. Some of us fell mentally. Very nonsensical. I'm sure he probably believed in flat earth as well. I should have maybe asked him that. I should have asked him if he believed that the world is flat. Anyways, let's get into, yeah, man, he totally lost that debate. He didn't even understand what Parthenogenesis meant. He had to ask me for the word. I'm like, nigga, you believe in this? And like, the crazy thing is with Parthenogenesis, like, it doesn't even occur in humans at all. It only occurs in like certain other, like, lizards and Cape honeybees. And when it does occur in a human, it turns into a tumor. And it occurs in men and women. So it occurs in men and women. And in women, it occurs, Parthenogenesis, when it happens in a male, it creates a tumor that's called, I forgot the name of it, something with a T. What is it? Tertomoma? Something like that, like tertomoma, some type of tumor. And it's a very, very rare tumor, right? And it happens in men and women. When it happens in women, it happens in the ovaries. When it happens in men, it happens in the testicles. But it doesn't get past that stage. And that type of tumor where it's a tumor where it has bones and tissue, and hair. So it's almost like it's forming something. So what happens is, like, when you believe in flat earth, when you believe 1 + 1 = 3, I mean, you'll believe anything. You're very susceptible to believe in some nonsense when you don't have a male to give you some guidance. I'm sure he was raised without his father. I'm sure he was raised without any father at all. And he was raised with a lot of other delusional men around him that believed in a lot of different nonsense. So yeah, man, craziness. Let's get into the chats, and I see y'all in here. I'm going to bring y'all up. We're going to go with Z. Z, you'll be next. Actually, we're going to go with ISIS because you came in first. We're going to go with ISIS. Once I read the super chats, ISIS, I'm going to bring you up, and then Z, you'll be next, and then Morich, you're after that, and then Ebony, I see you in here too. Let's get it. All right. Super chats. We got Chad Smith sends in $5. He says, if your mom and girl swapped bodies and the only way to get them back into their bodies, you had to sleep with one, which one would you choose? Yeah, bro. Dumb question. Not answering that. You're a weird guy. Chaz, I seen you in here before. You part of the member. Nigga, that's a weird question, bro. Ain't nobody thinking about sleeping with their mom or their girl. Man, that's, yeah. We got, you funny, bro. We got Willie Styles sends in $2. Thanks for the support. We have the Trucking Channel. He says, man, ask him what ward he's from. He better not say that ninth. That's funny. Yeah, man. Homie is definitely from another planet, man. Let's bring up Isis.
Oh, you can see me. Okay, great.
I can see you and I can hear you. Can you hear me?
I can.
All right. What's up? Talk to me. Well, name and where you from?
I'm also from New Orleans. My name is Isis.
New Orleans. Okay. Yes. And how old are you?
I am 34 as well.
34? Okay. What's up? What you got for me today?
So I too believe that, I don't believe that, I know that the woman is God.
Oh,
because
dang.
First.
Hold up. Let me.
No, because I heard you talk. You spoke a lot.
Let me give you a couple of these.
You can go ahead and give me a lot, but let me make a
couple
very
more.
point.
I need 6ix9ine. 6ix9ine. Keep going, 6ix9ine. You didn't hear nothing how I flamed, homie, and you still gonna believe?
Because what you spoke from was an egotistical standpoint, which means you have not been spiritually indulged into life, which means you listen to the Bible, which means you believe in preachers, which means you believe in theology, which means you go to church and you praise and you give tithes and offerings. We're not really understanding what tithes and offerings truly mean, which means you then don't understand that the Bible was written by King James, who was gay, and the portrait who you see and think that is Jesus is Constantine, which was his gay lover. You then don't know that Jesus is a ship that the slaves were brought on, that they used in the Bible to transform the mindset. You have to.
Let me ask you one question. Let me ask you one question real quick. So, do you know that the oldest Bible, do you know where the oldest Bible came from?
Kemet, Africa?
The oldest, stop it. I'll answer it for you. I'll answer the question for you because you were just talking a bunch of nonsense.
Okay.
The oldest Bible, you can look it up. Everyone can Google it. Everyone has Google. It's the Ethiopia Bible is the oldest Bible, and the Ethiopia Bible talks Christianity. The Ethiopia Bible talks Jesus. The Ethiopian Bible talks.
Jesus, the letter J didn't come about.
No. Listen, Mama. I know it's Yahshua. I know it's Yahshua. I know it's different languages to stuff like that, but we live in America and we speak in English. And we speak in English.
Where did the first story? Because you have to first understand that the story comes from Orishas, first off, and then it was translated into these other people, entities that they wanted to transform it. Talking about Isis and Osiris. Okay? Those stories, the meta, the Mother Earth, Father Time. Yeah. Time is not real. Mother
Time isn't real.
Who governs us. Time, present, and future. Tesla.
You ever?
Albert Einstein. You don't under.
Wait, time out. You said time isn't. You said time isn't real. Have you ever been late to work? And your boss got mad at you? God dang! Look, Isis, you've been late to work. You got that mark.
Let me stop you there.
You've been late to work. You've been late to class. You black. We always late. I'm late. You late. We all late.
That's a systematic. You talked about that earlier. That's a systematic design so that you can be programmed in society, which is called the Matrix.
Forget systematic.
Because let me tell you something. If you are divinely guided, you're never late. You're always on time. Things don't start until you get there. Am I right or am I wrong?
Okay. Let me ask you another question about time.
Do you believe in numerology? Do you believe in astrology? Because Jesus that they used and they talked about, he did travel for some years to learn these things, and he came back. That's why there's a book of Numbers.
Got you.
That, right? You do believe in synchronicity.
So let me go ahead and give this. let me go ahead and give this conversation a little order. So when you spew things, we need order, right? So I'll let you know when you can talk, and then I'll talk, right? But you'll get your time to shine. Trust me, you get your 15.
I just want you spoke a lot the first time you spoke for 43 minutes.
It's okay.
So I'm just trying to clear up the things you already spoke about, and then you got the ego in you.
We gonna get to it.
You want to control the show, which is fine. It's your show.
We gonna get to it. Hey, Isis, we're gonna get to it. And men, as you can see, that Isis is more neurotic than the other guy. Like I said, women are more neurotic than men. She feels more negative emotions due to the situation. This is why she's more irate. You're proving my point here, which is why women can't lead. So here, this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna have order. I'm going to give you a little order.
That's your ego speaking. That's what I'm trying to explain.
No, it's not ego. This is how things happen, right? We need order. If it's not order, it would be chaos. Do you want chaos or do you want order?
I definitely want order.
Okay, so let me give you some order, right? So here we go.
Go ahead.
Okay, so let me ask you a question. And then when I ask you questions, I'll leave it open for you so then you can answer. When you ask me questions, leave it open so then I can answer. Don't just ask a question and then start rumbling. Like, let's have order. We ask a question, stop, let the other person fully answer it.
Questions, because I knew you didn't believe in those.
Okay. Well, if you actually have some questions, just, when I really
had a question that I would have
and then stop. Okay, I got it.
Cool.
So here's my question. Here's my question for you. So my question for you is, you said that time isn't real. I mean, scientists kind of talk about our perception of time, how we perceive time, and time is only based off of what we tend to perceive, right? Correct. But it gets much more deeper than just that, right? Because the God I believe in, he doesn't perceive time the way we perceive time. He doesn't live in the present how we do. He doesn't live in the mind like how neurotic creatures live in their mind, and they're more depressed, and other creatures, and they believe thinking more about the futures, and they're more anxious. You get what I'm saying? So, do you get your period every month?
I do.
You do. And that's on a time frame, right?
It is.
That's on a cycle. That's on a cycle, right?
Full moon to be exact.
So with that being said, you're proving my point that time does exist, since your entire body is on a cycle, since the earth, the moon, and the stars that you believe in astrology is on a cycle. So you definitely believe in time. We can't believe in any other thing but time. This is what I'm trying to say. So it's not anything that human beings just created like a social construct. No, that's us. We're not gods. The woman isn't a god. The man isn't a god. It's something that we have to be subordinate to. Logic and reason isn't God. I'm not subordinate to logic and reason, but to get anywhere in life and to live a good life, you need to be subordinate to logic and reason to get things done and to have order. But after that, logic and reason needs to be subordinate to something. Logic and reason needs to be subordinate to something. And I serve the thing that's subordinate to that, and that's God. That God isn't a man or a woman. He isn't restrained by time, space, or matter. He's in it, through it, outside of it. So I'll let you go.
Okay.
Say what you was gonna say. Ask a question, ask a very concise question from the last debate I had, since you had questions on that.
With you speaking with the guy that you was talking to?
Yes.
There was no questions that I had precisely. Okay. I just wanted to clarify things that you were saying.
Who was saying that? He was saying? Okay, what did you want to clarify? I just wanted you to listen to my perspective, okay? Here is a question. Have you heard of twin flame? Do you believe in twin flame energy? Do you know what that is? I've never heard of you said twintilling? Twin? Flame. Have you ever heard of that? I heard of the yin yang twins, but not that.
But no, it's one and the same. Twin flame is yin yang. I want you to do your research on that.
I was close. I said I know the yin yang twins. But okay, go ahead. Explain.
Okay. Twin flame energy is the God energy coming down together to form one. It's one soul taken into two bodies. Okay? Yeah. And what it does, is magnate and transform to one another. We magnify, we flame each other, okay, to spiritual growth, to elevate in order to fulfill the mission here on earth. Each and every one of us were born with a mission on earth, which is why we have a time of birth, which is why they record that. That's the first thing recorded when we are all born, your time of birth. The reason why they need that record and your name and your birth certificate is so that they can do a numerology report on you, to know where you fit in the matrix, to know what your strengths and your weaknesses are. The CIA, they use that to kind of understand you and what you're going to do and how you're going to move. This is how they build cameras. This is how they build the motherboard, which is the computers and the quantum physics and everything else that they did their research and their scientific studies on. This is where that comes from, the energies. God, you're right. God is not one being. It's energy. And it's energy that goes into each and every one of us. We all have masculine and feminine powers within us. But as a woman, it is our duty to balance out our energy, to raise our vibration, to be that feminine energy. But it's difficult in this masculine world with men, not to disrespect, but with men like you who are so egotistical and want to tell us that we are not the gods when we are the only portal onto this planet.
Explain how you are the only portal to the planet. Before you explain that,
how is a child born?
Yeah, well, it takes two to conceive. Everyone knows that.
It does take two to conceive, which brings me back. Which brings me back to the point of the twin flame. Okay, twin flames is one soul coming back to its original self. All right? Got it.
I understand twin flames. So here's what we're gonna do, right? In regards to the stuff that you're talking about now, and men conceiving, let's stick there real quick. It takes two to tango, so it takes a man and a woman to conceive to bring a child to birth.
In this time, because once upon a time,
it wasn't no once upon a time. So we need facts, right? So here's the thing: I've done it.
You have not, because women were asexual once upon a time.
They were never asexual. So science is scientifically proven. Okay. You could Google these things. We've tried it.
From who scientific?
Let me finish.
The Rockefeller who
let me finish. ISIS. Right? ISIS. Let me finish. So, one, right? Parthenogenesis is what was explained, but even within that, there's multitude of different forms of asexual types. I think there's actually three or five different forms of asexualities and how it happens. It tends to happen. It doesn't happen in any mammal primates. We are mammal primates. Us chimpanzees, monkeys, we're primates. And then it happens in, like lizards and Cape honeybees and three different other type of animals to pretty much reproduce without a male sex counterpart. So scientific studies was already done on this, right? And they've tried to let me finish. You could just Google this is what I'm going to tell you. Let me finish.
That's what I'm trying to get you to understand.
Let me finish. We could go to that after. We can go to the conspiracy theories if you want. Totally
it's not
fine.
A conspiracy theory when it's proven facts.
We'll get to it soon. We'll get to it soon, right? I'll let you talk about that if you want to explain to the audience on the your theories. But let's just talk about facts and what human beings actually studied and did scientific data on, right? So, in regards to parthenogenesis, it cannot be when it happens naturally, when the woman is unfertilized and it happens naturally, it happens, naturally 20,000 times in America, but it's very rare cases, and it happens in men and in women. And when it occurs, she just went off. Okay, she left. Anyways, I'll just finish up what I was saying. When it occurs, and I already explained it before, but when it occurs, what happens is it creates a tumor in the ovaries of the woman or in the testicles of a man. So that's what happens, and it's of bone, tissue, and hair. And that's what happens, and it's very painful, and it's very rare. And when it happens, it's a very small case, and the doctor can, cut that tumor out or get rid of the tumor very swiftly. So she's talking nonsense. And then also when it comes to scientists, right? Well, men have the X and the Y chromosome, right? Women have an X chromosome. They got the two X chromosomes. So at the end of the day, yeah, man, it's just like you're not getting the men determine the sex of the kid. Women don't determine the sex of the baby. Like, come on, man. Like all her points is very nonsensical. It's very like elementary school. She had many conspiracy theories talking about Rockefeller and all of this stuff. Like her and that other dude literally live in La La Land. But you can all see, chat. I hope y'all witnessing this. She actually lived in more La La Land than him. Like he was in delusion land. He was in delusion land, but it's maybe still, some way where he could get out of delusion land. And you know how? A good hard beat down. Because men, we could physically put our hands on another man like, nigga, shut up. You talking stupid. But for a woman, we can't do that. So he can still get that delusion beat out of him. But she ain't going to get that delusion beat out of him. She's going to get catered to him by one of these simps that's probably in his chat or on her Instagram in her DMs trying to cater to her. She's like, well, woman is the God. He's like, yeah, baby, you're the God. Can you be my God? I'll rub your feet. Yeah, I'll do whatever you want, baby. Like, yo, it's craziness, bro. Chat, we lit, though.
No Fugazee.
Chat, we lit. I see y'all in here, man. Let me get to the chat real quick. I got Z. I promise you next. So Z, you coming up next. I got you, bro. And she skated up out of here. And you see she was very more neurotic than other buddy. This is funny. So we got let's see here. Anthony Smith sends in $10. Appreciate the support, bro. He says Corinthians 11:3 through 16, KJV, King James Version. Okay, but I would have you know that the head of every man is Christ, and the head of the woman is the man, and the head of Christ is God. So facts, bro. Like, but the thing is, ISIS and the nigga that came when I was smoking a spliff, the Jamaican with the dreads, homie funny though. I give him that. He said 1 + 1 = 3 sometimes. Bro, they don't believe in any type of Bible. They think it's all westernized. That's why when she started talking, I'm like, wait, you make no sense. When was the first? What's the oldest Bible? The oldest Bible is in Ethiopia, which comes way before the King James Version, like 1,000 years before the King James Version was ever even made. So Christianity was in Ethiopia. That's where it started then. So what the freak is she talking about? Like, say anything, man. They need to really do their research. The thing is this, bro. Like, the black community, I gotta free the black community some way, somehow. We have to free their minds, because this is what the victim mindset does. I'll tell a story real quick, Z, before I let you in, because I need y'all to hear this personally, this personal story from me, how I was in a victim mindset and how I overcame it. Candace Owens talks about it. Everyone at some point in time is victimizing themselves. Even white people victimize themselves. Like, you got white people now that's victimizing, like most of the white liberals victimize themselves. Like, they think they have this victim mindset, like, oh, well, my great grandparents oppress, their great grandparents. So let me cater to them. Well, nigga, it's like I'm in a relationship. Like, if I'm talking to a chick and a chick comes to me like, well, all the past things that my other guy put, all the debt and trauma that my other guy put me through, you're supposed to take care of this now. No, any logical person gonna be like, no, I'm not. That's not on me. You got to take care of that. I don't care what this other man put you through. I'm not finna be taking all this baggage. That's the same thing. White people, it's like, yeah, their ancestors enslaved us because our ancestors was living in delusion land. Like these two people that just called in. Like, what the freak? Living in delusion land. Look, the strong survive, the weak fail. That's just how it is. Nature happens, right? So back in the day, black people enslaved other black people. Everyone was being slaves. It is what it is, right? But at the end of the day, if in order to not be a slave, you have to be strong physically and strong mentally. And we just saying those two people that came in wasn't both, wasn't neither. And I know that dude wasn't physically strong because if you physically strong, you got a strong mind and you're not going to be easily influenced like that guy was to believe that 1 + 1 = 3. You just not going to happen when you're in a gym all the time. You go into the gym 5 days a week. You think I want to go to the gym 5 to 6 days a week? Heck no, I don't want to go to the gym that much. But I go despite how I feel. And those people just act on how they feel. It's a difference between us. It's different animals out here. I got thousands in my bank account, but I got to work for it. Them niggas got nothing. So they try to blame other people for it. They blame the white man. They say that the black woman is the god because they was raised in a single mother home. Like, it's crazy, bro. So I'll tell a quick story, man. Freaking two callers, man. It just sucks that they living in La La Land. Here's a story. So when I was about probably like 21, yeah, it was before my daughter. I was probably like 21, 22. I received a check. It was my first, and I was only making $15 an hour, man. And, but I've received I was younger than that. I was probably like 19, 20. I was like 19, 20. And I got my first, income tax check from the government. And I had like a couple, and I also saved up money. So I know I had like thousands of dollars in my bank account at the time that I'm talking about. I probably had about $3,000 in my bank account when I was like 19, 20. And because I saved up and then I got like some income tax and stuff back from school because I was in school and stuff. So I received like that little check that you get back. So I had some bread, but I was so much in a victim mindset that I didn't know how I was thinking until afterwards, and I felt very ashamed of it. But I went to Walmart and I stole. I actually got arrested, guys. Got arrested. It's not on my record now. It was expunged, but I stole a mouse, like a little computer mouse, a little wireless one, man. And I was so ashamed that when I was running from the cops. It was crazy, man. I'll tell you the story. But anyways, I went into Walmart and the box was open. It was one of those boxes that was open. And he just like, man. I was like, yeah, I'll take this. They don't deserve it. In my mindset, I'm thinking like, Walmart gets all this money. They should be giving me something. I'm a black man. My ancestors were slaves and I didn't receive any, reparations or anything. I was that full, victimized black boy. Very victimized. And this was my state of mind back then. Even when I had money in my account to even pay for the mouse, but I still didn't pay for it. So I had this mindset. I seen the mouse. It was like halfway open. And I, just put it in my pocket and walked out. And Walmart employees came up to me and I was like, oh, but they didn't know I ran track. I was fast as cheese, brother. They didn't know I ran track and I had a gold medal in track running a full 100. Pew, dipped off. Started booking it. Ran to the other part of Walmart, then ran out. Then the cops came. Then I was running, hiding, jumped over a gate. This other cop was chasing me, and it was cold too, with snow, and I was still booking it. So I ran outside of Walmart, and it was like these apartment buildings. When I got to the apartment buildings, I was like hiding underneath cars and on the side of a building. But then it was like 4 cop cars like surrounded. And at this time, I called up my shorty at the time, like, yo, you got to pick me up. Like, the cops are after me. So anyways, make a long story short, I got up and I was like, you know what? I'm going to just, she said, she was like, okay, I'm coming for you. So I'm like, you know what? I'm hiding. She can't see me. I need to get to another area so I could hop in a car once she pull up. So she's like, all right, I'm around the area. So then I get up from my little hiding area, which is between a parked car and a home, like a garage almost. So I get up, I see the cops and I'm walking like, let me just walk to see if they don't notice me. They see a black nigga with a hoodie. They're like, it gotta be that nigga. Then it was me. So the nigga stopped his car, hopped out. I started booking it again. and I jumped over this gate. And mind you, I did long jump, triple jump, high jump, and I did the 4x4 in track in high school. And I was like 19, 20 at this time. I just had finished high school. So I leaped over the gate. I didn't touch the gate, jumped over it. And if anybody know me, they'd know I got a video on my Facebook showing that I jumped over a car. A nigga got bunnies. I think I had like a 44-inch vertical, something like that. Or even like a 44 vertical or something. Like, it was almost like Jordans. Nigga, I could jump high. But anyways, I jumped over the gate and a cop tried to like climb over and he had got cut or whatever on a job. So and then I was like on top of this roof. So I'm on top of this roof waiting and I see mad cop cars and I'm looking for my shorty at this time, but I don't see her. So I'm like, freak, I got to get off this roof. I'm like, anyone can see me. So I hopped down from the roof and then nigga, I was running for so long, I got tired. So what I did being a smart black man, I just laid down on the street and put my arms behind my back. Once these niggas came up to me, they literally came up, threw their knee on my neck, just like George Floyd. Nigga, they all do it. They threw their knee right on the back of my neck. And I experienced this when I was 19, 20. But I was in the wrong. Put his knee, big old dude, put his knee right on the back of my neck or whatever. And I was like probably like 150 pounds. I was super skinny, but I was 6'4". Put his knee on the back of my neck. And I'm like, man, I'm good. They put me in a cop car. And he was like, bro, why you running? I talked to him like, yeah, I just admitted it already then. But I never really admitted it to my mom. I felt so ashamed of it because like my mom raised me good. I was raised in a single mother home, but I had 3 brothers and masculine uncles and stuff like that. So I still had that male guidance. But it wasn't good enough because I still ended up getting arrested when I was very, very young. You know what I'm saying? By being in a victim mindset. What I'm trying to say, guys, the reason why I stole when I was 19 years old is because I thought that the white man owed me something. I thought that I couldn't be touched. I thought that, it's a mouse. Like, this is big old Walmart, $1 billion company. They won't mind if I just take this mouse. This is the mindset that I was in, and it led me to steal. It led me down a very dangerous path. So, but what happened is I ended up getting arrested. I didn't even spend a day in jail. I ended up getting out the same day. And then, that's pretty much what it was. And I felt bad, felt ashamed for it. So ashamed that I lied to my mom. And after that, I never stole again. I was so upset within myself that I even stole. And that's what happens, bro, when you live in a victim mindset, bro. And that's what these 2 callers, man, they so victimized and think and so oppressed mentally. They're mentally oppressed that they're blaming other people. They're blaming other situations for their own lackadaisical attitude. That's all it is. Like, you thinking that the black woman is God is because, my nigga, you don't even know what a man is. That dude never even experienced a real man. That woman, Isis, she never even experienced a real masculine man that's truly gonna love her and give her guidance. Like, it's crazy, man. But yeah, that's my rant. That's my story. Never, this untold story. First time me telling it on air. So you're welcome. I was definitely full liberal when I was young. But hey, let's get where is he? Z. I think Z, you up next, right? Yeah, Z. Let's get Z on the line. Yo, brother, you are live with No Fugazee podcast. I can't hear you.
My bad, brother. Can you hear me now?
I can hear you now. Yeah, I can hear you now.
All right, man. Hey, first of all, it was a pleasure, bro, for choosing me, bro. Literally, like, I'm a fan of yours, bro, for real. So I definitely appreciate the opportunity to even speak, for real. You know what I'm saying?
Appreciate it, man. Yo, where are you from, and what's your name?
All right, cool. Yeah, my name is Zach. Right now I'm in Greenville, South Carolina. I'm from Indianapolis, Indiana. So, what's up, people? Glad to be here.
Hey, man. I appreciate you for supporting Zach. And man, why you got a white person's name? God dang.
No, you're right. Hey, no, you're right though. Let me tell you about that. Hey, my mother needed, but she was like, look, this brother gonna have a job for sure. You know what I mean? When I show up to the interview, I don't know. You know what I mean?
That is fact. Zach is one of them names where, like, David is kind of neutral. It's neutral, man. David is a neutral name. It's in the Bible. Zachariah, I think that's a name and a biblical name as well. But mostly it's like Chad, Zach, Kyle. Like, Zach is very close to Kyle. Your middle name Kyle?
No, my brother is. It's crazy, yo.
Your brother named Kyle? Oh man, it's over. Nah, but what you got for me, bro?
Yeah, no. First off, I just wanted to capitalize on everything you said. Like, I got a question for you, just to kind of keep on track, And again, if it's relevant, please just tell me. I understand. But first thing is, like, for real, man, y'all gotta understand that y'all scream equality, man. But think about it, man. Just think about it. I mean, I see it every day. If a robber came in, bro, let's be honest. Even if you don't even have to ask him to line him up, he could just be like, the first thing he's gonna go for is the man. You know what I mean? Because we've been put in that position to lead. It's instinctively. It's everything a human is pretty much thinking right now. You know what I mean? Somebody, if you're in denial, then that's just pretty much the modern world how they think. You know what I mean? Like, let's just be real. Like you scream equality, but let's be real, man. Like, we are the first ones to go in everything. We have to carry a weight that a burden that a woman is not even meant to have. You know what I mean? So I hate it when a woman screams equality, because at the end of the day, I understand it's yin and yang, but we're still put in a certain position to where we have to, even when it comes to the dating world, we have to offer something. We have to. If we don't, we're known as what?
Yeah, we got to offer something tangible. That's the difference. Like, men, we have to offer something tangible. Women, they don't have to offer anything tangible, because we don't look for tangible things from the woman, right? Like, so the fact that it's never equal, and the fact that we have to offer something tangible, in order to get something tangible, you need money for it. In order to get money, you need to compete with other people to get money, right? So what we have to do, what the woman looks for from us, is truly naturally a leader, to someone to be out there in the workforce, to compete with other individuals, and to bring home the food and protect and provide, right? So all of that is tangible things that the woman looks for. This is why a woman loves a man opportunistically. She loves him based off the opportunities that he can provide her. Men, we love a woman idealistically. So we don't care about the tangible things that she provides. We just want her to be a woman, be feminine, be nurturing, be my cheerleader. Like, there's nothing tangible within that. This is why I always say that the man's love is more genuine. It's just more genuine.
Man, I actually had a question about that. And this goes kind of like I said, it's in the social media world, so it could be irrelevant. I totally understand, but for real, for everybody.
Yeah.
I made a post earlier, right? And it said, when men post females, like on social media, it's real feelings, right? When women post men, it's pretty much for like stroking her ego. Like you said, opportunistic. Like, opportunistic. Can't even talk. But
opportunistically.
Right. I mean, do you agree with that or not?
I would say when a man posts a woman is normally for two reasons, if we're being honest. In most cases, the woman pressured him in some capacity to post a picture. So usually it's pressured. If it's truly genuine, though, I do think that men will post a woman, and that would be more truly genuine, because it's like, men, we're not really advertising ourselves like that. We are more pitching ourselves. So even if we post a chick, like, chicks operate in you can turn down that music a little bit, or what is that?
That better?
Yeah, that's better. It was too loud. Okay, bet. Yeah, it was. Oh, you know what you got me on? Stop. Take me off a speakerphone or something, because it's like every time I speak, it's in the background. Or if you got or if you have it playing in the back, it's giving feedback.
It's giving feedback.
Yeah. Like, are you playing the podcast too? Okay, that's better. I don't hear anything now. That's good. Oh, well, now I just heard something.
Yeah, I don't know what it is. Let me just turn it down. Hold on 1 second. Is that better?
Yo,
can you hear me?
I can hear you, but it's still giving feedback.
Damn. Yeah. Scratch me on 1 second.
But anyways, I'll let you go, bro. What else you had?
No. Pretty much it's just like, like I just wanted to know, like me personally in the social media world, right? I just feel like when it comes to men and we do post, like it's the one. It's somebody that we genuinely feel heavy about. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Versus if a woman does it. I mean, I ain't even gonna lie to you. I've seen so many posts like, my man, and then the next week it's like men ain't shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, that's because women tend to operate just mostly off their feelings. So if she feels one way that the man is her man, the next moment if he's slacking off or if she see a better opportunity, that nigga ain't nothing. That nigga crap to me. So that's just all it is. They operate more from a emotionalism standpoint than from a logical standpoint. But yeah, man. Yo, I appreciate the support, bro. You got anything else for me?
Nah, man. It was a pleasure, bro. Quick and easy, man. Hey, keep giving the work, bro.
Yo, I appreciate it, man. Have a good one, bro.
Hey, sure. Appreciate it.
All right, so we have, I'll get to the super chats before I bring up Moorish Divine. I got you, bro. I see you in here. I'll bring you up next. And then I got Ebony. You're up next after him. And then I think we have Isis back in the chat. I'll bring Isis back in the chat too after Moorish and Ebony. I got you, Isis. I see you back in here. Okay, let's see. Where we at? We got the trucking channel sends him $5. He says, I'm from New Orleans. Please don't think we all think like them. The woman is not God. That's a fact. Anthony Smith sends him $5. He says, example of why they say women was example of why they say women was the first deceived. That is truthful, bro. That's very true. That's so true that the serpent manipulated the woman first, and then the woman manipulated the man. So the serpent, outside influence, deceived the woman, and then the woman then deceived the man. So I always say the woman has to be more aware of bad outside influences. She got to have up a shield. This is why she really needs a man. She really needs guidance because she's more susceptible to being influenced by nonsense. But also the man, he's more susceptible to being influenced by a woman. This is why the porn industry and OnlyFans is the highest paid industry. The porno sites is the number one sites. Is because niggas want to wank off all the time to chicks. So the thing is, women made outside influences their God, but the man would make the woman their God. And that's when you believe in nonsense. You're in delusion land because there's only one God, and that God isn't a woman at all. So yeah, bro, appreciate that chat. We got, it's over 9,000 sends in $2. He says, oh, it's a member. Appreciate your support, man. He says, it's a screwed up question that's really dark. Oh, that's that same guy. I see you in here, man. You just change your name. It's over 9,000. Yeah, it is dark. I'll save it for I'll take a screenshot of it now, and maybe I'll save it for a panel, and I'll maybe reword it in a way for a panel. We got F your feelings sends him $5. Ask her what was the greatest thing her father ever did for her as a child. Ask her if her own father was a great man. Okay, I'll ask her that. Is Isis still in here? Nah, she's not in here. She came back in and then she went out. I was gonna bring her back up, but she out right now. If she comes back in, I'll ask her that, bro. I got you. We got Yo Boy Leem sends in $2. What in the high crap she talking about, Cooley? Yeah, I don't cuss, but he said the H word. He said crap. He said the SHIT word. We got Antonio Smith sends in $5. Will a tree grow without a seed? Will a tree grow without a seed? The man carries the seed. Facts. It's like before anything happened, the man already has the life form in him. Men carry life form, and that's semen. It's in our testicles. Women, eggs are dead until a man puts life in them. Like, it's 1 + 1 = 2. And this is why the nigga that called in, he couldn't understand because he was skipping 2 and going to 3. He said 1 + 1 = 3. Like, well, nigga, this is why you think woman is the god, because you skip 2. You skipping steps. Bro, this is funny. We have Metaphorical Tactics sends in $2. Luke chapter 2, verses 23. We have, I'm so sick and tired of these self-victimizing woke black people that blame the white man 24/7. Grow the F up. Sometimes I'm ashamed to be black. Yeah, bro, I'm never ashamed to be black. There's so many benefits of being black. And not only just like, it's so many benefits to being white. It's so many benefits to being born. This is why abortion is not anything good. So it's a blessing to be here. But I mean, man, like black people, we faster, you know, stronger in most cases. We do have some physical attributes that just tends to stand out. And I mean, and it happens to be the American black people, though. And actually, just black culture in itself, we're very influential people. Like black culture, like hip hop culture, even though it's negative and it's degenerate, it didn't start off that way. But now with the trap music and the shooting and the game banging, trust me, I was involved in it. I did music for the longest. I used to talk all that talk too, man. I'm from the projects. Born and raised in housing, single mom of 6. So I've went through it, man, but I just overcame it. But yeah, man, black culture is very, very beautiful. Just as in white culture is very, very, very beautiful. And Chinese culture, like I love Chinese food. Spanish, I love Spanish food. Go to the bodega spot all the time, get the rice and beans. All cultures are very beautiful, bro. Like the thing is, with the black culture, they have the victim mindset that think that they're so oppressed and other people are oppressing them. So they just tend to talk the loudest. And it's crazy how I have to say they, because it even used to be me at one point too. But yeah, man, they used the loudest in a room. Like, and usually the loudest person in a room is the weakest person. So like weak mentally, not physically, but like weak mentally. Like you need to overcome some traumas. Like what's making you feel this way? Like, why are you always blaming someone else for your inadequacies? Grow up and be a man, do better. Like with inflation, bro, you got to make $100K a year. It's just a facts, bro. Like if you want to live a good life, even $100K a year right now with inflation is more like $70K. This is why you need to get in like, you know, $50K a year. If you're making $50K a year right now, bro, that's like $30K because inflation happened. So, bro, you need to get in your bag. You need to assert yourself if you're a man. You need to be disciplined. So everyone that's in the chat right now, if you are a man and if you haven't went to the gym today, you should feel ashamed. In your mind somewhere. You go to the gym tomorrow. You should be working out at least 3 to 5 days a week. Minimum of 3 days a week. Girl or man and women. You got to work out because you have to put your mind through things that it doesn't want to go through. Your mind doesn't want to work. Your mind is telling you, oh, I really don't feel like doing something. Well, you have to be disciplined and still do it anyway. You start at the gym. You build up that characteristic trait of being disciplined in the gym. That will transfer into if you're in sales or if you're in, you're doing in insurance or if you're in, doing real estate. It will transfer in. You got to build up a strong frame about yourself and you'll win. You'll win out here, bro. It's a lot of suckers out here. It's a lot of betas. It's a lot of people that's lacking off. Trust me, I know. And I'll outcompete. I outcompete those people all the time. They lacking. It's crazy. Like I was dunking in eighth grade. I was 5'9" dunking in 8th grade, bro. I wasn't lacking at all. Jumping all the time, running, jumping, doing mad things. Tore my ACL. That's why I ain't in the league right now. But yeah, I mean. But yeah, man, it is what it is. I tore my ACL when I was like in 10th grade too, man. That's a crazy thing. And I was still dunking after that. And I still got a gold medal in track after that. So it's like, even with, failures, I still overcame. Let's get Moorish Divine on the line. I see you in here, bro. Yo, you are live with No Fugazee Podcast. Peace and love. State your name and where you from.
Yeah, Morris Divine.
All right, man. Tennessee?
Yeah.
All right, brother. How old are you?
42.
42, my man. Talk to me. What you got?
Well, 1 + 1 can equal 3.
Oh, god dang. Oh, God. What the? Somebody. Oh, we
Yo,
got
can you hear
another
me?
delusion. I can hear you, man. What you talking about, bro? God dang. Morris. Stupid. God dang, Morris, I gotta have 6ix9ine to tell you that you. God dang. Morris, go ahead. Explain why or how.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you, buddy. Explain how 1 + 1. Oh, he went off. I guess he ain't want this work, chat. He ain't want to work. Dang. Oh, it's the third black person now. All right. Black people, if you're listening, Jesus loves you. God loves you. Muhammad loves you. Please believe in something other than yourself. Please believe in a higher power other than yourself and the black woman. Because if not, you'll fall into, your mind would become very decadent, which is mean to decay. Like you've seen these 3 people that called in and it's just like, he's back. Okay, we got Morris back. Wait, nope, he went away. Morris, where you at, bro? Okay, he left out again. But I'll bring going Ebony. Ebony, and then Sean. I see you in here. Sean, you next.
All right.
Ebony, welcome to No Fugazee Podcast. Can you put your camera on?
Cooley, I be having issues with my camera.
Don't lie to me, Ebony.
I ain't lying.
We got to see what you look like.
Okay, well let's just get to the question.
No. Everybody else got their camera on. Everybody else was able to put that. What you got, a T-Mobile? What you got, a boost phone? You got a track phone?
Everybody else is also different. We all different. Cool.
No. We all got the same cable. I know people living on Section 8 that got a camera on their phone. You trying to say your phone don't got a camera?
I ain't trying to say all of that. All I'm saying is, okay, so my question is.
No. Wait. Put your camera on, Ebony. You called them before your camera wasn't on.
I know, and that's what I'm saying. You know, there's difficulties sometimes with these things. You know, electronic things.
Listen, I don't trust people that don't want to show their face. You see my face.
Well, God sees me. Ain't that all that matters? And that brings me to my question. And it has a lot to do about
delusion.
The Lord. So
ask
listen,
the question. You got.
Okay. So I watch your podcast all the time, faithfully, respect it, all that good stuff. But there's a question that you ask the ladies like all the time. You're always asking them about or there's a game that you play, and it's the men and the women get to score the men and the women from a scale of 1 to 10, right?
Okay.
At the game, you score them 1 to 10. Okay, so I was just curious because you mentioned about the highest quality of men or highest quality of woman. So my question is, do you believe that the highest quality of man and woman is a man and woman that fear God first?
Well, yeah, we have. Okay, go ahead and finish your question.
Okay. And also, would that mean, if that is the case, that the quality of a man and a woman is not defined by a man or woman, but defined by God? What do you think?
Well, it's 2 aspects to things, right?
Okay.
So we have the spiritual realm and we have the physical realm. When we're talking about the physical realm, and on my podcast, where the chat, would ask the girls to rate themselves from 1 to 10, because it's normally not me, it's the chat that's asking that. Okay. But when we ask them that, we're talking about from a physical standpoint and also from the male's point of view. So men, we know that men fall in love with their eyes. So men wants to know, well, what do you rate yourself as far as beauty? Because beauty is a woman's main attribute to a man. Besides the other things when it's in a relationship, like nurturing and submissiveness and femininity and being a helpmate. Besides that,
is there like a statistic to that too, as far as
there's no statistic? It's just in a man's nature. Just like it's in a woman's nature to want a protector and a provider, it's in a man's nature to want a feminine, soft, submissive woman that can follow the man's lead. Okay. So this is why the rating is from a physical attribute, and we talk about beauty. If we're talking about, if you get men in a room and you have the woman rate, and you ask the men to rate men, and it's a whole lot of men in the room, well, men would normally rate themselves on a bunch of different things, because women are attracted to a bunch of different things. Women are complex creatures based off the things that they're attracted to. Men are simple creatures based off the things that they're attracted to. So a woman, she's attracted to, from a biological standpoint, height, broad shoulders, big arms, chest. She's attracted to the T shape of a man. The man. So what would you
say? I'm sorry to interrupt you, but what would you say to a woman or a man who doesn't have like the typical attraction to a man and woman? They are attracted.
God dang, Ebony, this is why you don't want to show your face. This is why we all see a black screen here, because you're a big wildebeest. Ebony, you are a supporter, so I won't bring the heat on you. If you look like Precious or Fiona from Shrek, I won't say anything. I'll let the chat flame you, but I won't flame you myself.
Listen, if I did, I would be a beautiful wildebeest. Okay, thank you. But back to my question.
You giving wildebeest energy. You know how girls like to say.
I don't even know.
You giving I look like Felicia from Friday energy. That's what type of energy you giving, but it's okay. Ask your question.
Not Felicia. Okay. But yeah, so what would you say about a person, a female or a male, who doesn't have the same attraction as the typical female or male? That's just
it's a few things. Women live a simple life. It's fine. You always going to have a man that's attracted to you. It's always going to be a simp out there, or a guy with not a lot of options that's going to be attracted to you. So then I would just tell that woman, since you can't get that Chad, since you can't get that man that you see and that's on Instagram, or that you see in the movies, or that archetype of guy that you want, that 6 foot Chad that's making over $100K a year, since you don't have the ability to attract that, lower your standards and you'll still find a man. You'll still find a good man, right? A woman can still find, an ugly woman can still find a good man. It happens all the time. The thing is, on the flip side, men, they don't live a simple life. They live a very stressful life. They have to go out. Women are born with their value. Men have to create their value. Since women are attracted to so many things, what I tell a man is, bro, if you short, hey, God, genetics wasn't on your side. Get in the gym. You could increase your stats in other ways. So you can get in the gym, get a better body. You could read some more books, become more competent, work very hard, be disciplined, and earn more money. So you can level up as a man in the things that the woman is attracted to. And as far as a woman, if you ugly, you ugly. But the only thing that you could still get in the gym and work out to try to help out with your body. But if you look like this in the face, there ain't no helping that. But what you can do is still lower your standards. You can lower your standards because you're still going to have a sucker. Listen, it's a chick that come on a podcast that got one arm.
Okay.
Literally. And she got niggas in her DM. She talking about, I'm single by choice, so I'm this and this. I don't need a man, da-da-da-da-da. Like, come on now. Like, it's girls that's obese that has plenty of options. It's just the fact that the options that you got coming, you don't want those options. But at the end of the day, if you ugly and you're not trying to work out and better yourself from a physical standpoint, you got to lower your standards. But forget about from the physical standpoint, you can still better yourself from a mental standpoint and from to being a kind person. It's something about a woman when she's very feminine and soft. Just everyone wants to be around her. She's like, you know, soft and And so you have to still embody the womanly essence and that feminine essence about yourself. So you can increase that. You could go to the gym, lower your standards. You'll find a man, you'll still be able to find a good man. The thing is, what's crazy is with a man, he could still hit every metric and still can't find a good woman. Because these chicks is molded by her ex, molded by society, molded by OnlyFans, molded by Instagram. Instagram got your chick, nigga. Instagram got your chick, nigga. So it's like, you can still be the pinnacle man, but chicks is still out here ratchet and being disobedient and not being subordinate to the man and not following the man's lead. Still think she's an independent boss babe. So even with that, an ugly chick still lives an easier life than a masculine man. An ugly chick still lives an easier life than a 1% man. Because to be a 1% man, you had to accomplish things. You had to overcome adversities and traumas to be a 1% man. So it's a hard life.
So you think, or you're saying men do all of this not because it's innate or because God chose men to be the leaders, but because they're doing it for women?
No.
Okay.
That's not what I said. So men have a natural propensity, meaning that it's in our nature. It's in our nature to compete. We also have a natural proclivity, which is a tendency to since we have a natural propensity to compete, we have a natural proclivity, a tendency to create. So we're always going to still be creating and be in competition with other men. Like the gym class we don't care about the chicks in the gym class. We competing with other dudes.
But we're not
getting. Yeah, we really in competition.
Really?
Even when I meet a man, I give a strong, firm handshake when I meet a man. It's competition right from there, nigga. Crazy. How strong is your handshake?
Wow.
We don't even need a woman to build things. Like, of course, it's an incentive. Men are incentivized that if they out there in the world and they're competing, the incentive is if you work on yourself and become the best version of yourself, mentally, physically, spiritually, and financially, then you'll have more options. So the incentive of women is the incentive. But I don't tell men to be the best version of themselves for a woman. No, I tell you to be the best version for yourself. And because God wants you to be the best version of yourself. Women is just the byproduct of a masculine man being on his duty.
Yeah, I wanted to be sure. Like, are men competing actively because of a woman, or are they really focused on just being the best man that they can be? And everything else will fall in place. God will provide everything else that you need because you're doing your part.
Yeah, and I would say that truthfully, this is how it works. Like, if a man, I see you in here, Morris Devine, you just came in. I'm going to bring you back up. I got Sean. I'm going to bring on next. So, but Morris, I see you back in here, bro. Naturally, men will be competing with other men. It's just a natural proclivity that we have in us to go out there and create and to compete in society. Women are the byproduct of the adequate men. So the more adequate and masculine and disciplined you are, and the more you are accomplishing things, women are the byproduct. You have more options. So I don't tell men to focus. So what I do is, if the man is focusing on women, he will become lackadaisical and he would start slacking off. Because if you are making the woman, right, your primary focal point, your motivation to be better, then it's not, you'll always fall behind because it's competition. So you'll always fall behind a nigga like me that don't care about no chicks. See what I'm saying? Like, so those guys, I see them in the gym. I see them doing some things, but they tend to be, they have a lot of ups and downs. Texting chicks all the time and doing a whole lot of things, not really focused, just worried about the next poon that they gonna get. Sometimes you got to be disciplined, lock in, forget about the poon. Poon gonna come. Poon is gonna come if you on your job. Actually, you're gonna have so much poon, you're gonna be like, God dang, I don't need any. Go, Brittany. Go, Lauren. I don't want your time anymore.
You know what? Though I don't understand the competition part. I get that. I don't get the competition part because I understand, like, if you're doing what you're supposed to do as a man or woman, it should be your job to uplift each other, not compete. That part don't make sense to me. What's the competing part?
No. I said men compete with other men. We don't compete with a woman. A woman is not competition for a man.
No, I'm saying women competing against women and men competing against men. I guess I don't understand the concept behind competing with somebody when y'all both have the same, I guess that makes sense.
You mean have the same goal? No, we have to compete.
Really?
We're all in competition, even if you don't
want to
consciously think about it.
Yeah.
But if you consciously think about it, you're always in competition. Women, why you think the makeup industry will never go out of business? We was all locked down due to the vid. And the makeup industry still ain't lose nothing because chicks was still making sure they had their product and stuff, making sure they still buying makeup. So they was still getting their makeup and everything. Because women wear makeup to compete with other women. Women get their body done to compete with other women. They do it to compete with other women, but listen, I got you. They do it to compete with other women for the best man. So if you peel the layer back, they're still doing it for a man because why are you putting on this makeup? Why are you getting your body done? Why are you enhancing? Even I believe some women, we all have a sense of wanting to look our best selves. Yeah. I'm not talking about that. We all have that sense. Besides the sense of wanting to be presentable and be our best selves, then besides that part, but most men go to the gym. Women take the easy route to success. Most women don't go to the gym. And when they do go to the gym, they barely even work out. Chicks be on their phone and just playing. When I go to the gym, I don't even call it go to the gym. I'm saying I'm going to train because I'm going in there to get right. It's training time. I'm sweating. I'm going to, I can't go no more. So, but women, they lackadaisical. Oh yeah, I'll work out on this. But anyways, any other questions, Ebony? I'm going to get to some other callers.
No. That's it.
And next time, you got to have your camera on. Yeah, so next time, make sure your makeup right. Make sure your kids is put to bed.
I don't wear makeup like that.
Look, make sure your kids is put to bed. Make sure your makeup right. Make sure you don't got your little doobie, John. Make sure your doobie right. And show your face. And don't try to get that angle either, where you look a little thinner than what you usually are. I want to see a full body. The chat want to see the... Matter of fact, we ain't even letting the full face go on. You got to show the full body next time you come on here because...
You didn't turn this into a dating pod.
Hey, man, it is what it is. You single? You single?
Are
you single? Oh, God dang. Yeah, you single. Or you in some type of complicated situation with an inadequate man and you leading them. You wear the boxers in a relationship. So you single?
No. I'm single.
All right, got it. Fair enough. Let me go ahead and get Sean on the line. And then Kevin, I see you, Kev, just came in. I'm going to get you on next. Have a good one, Ep.
All right.
All right, chat. We live right now. I see the super chats coming in. Let me get to the last super chat before I bring up Sean. And then Kev, you next, brother. We got True King sends him $5. He says, I'm not Christian, but women 100% is not God. Every religion, God is masculine. That's a fact. God creates order. The devil creates chaos. So if we're going to compare anything to, figure it out. 1 + 1 = 2. I'm sure you can figure that one out. We have Holiday Tone sends in $2. Tone, you in here, bro. Keep on schooling these 304s, King Cooley. God bless. Cooley, bless God. That's a fact, bro. You are a mod, Holiday Tone. Yo, all my mods in here, bro. If we got people in the chat wilding, because I haven't been watching the regular chat. I guess the regular chat is okay. But mods, if anyone is in the chat wilding or they spamming, get them out of here, bro. We ain't dealing with the spamming stuff. But if they got a different point, that's fine. You can leave them in if they got a different opinion, that's fine. You can leave them in. But if they just spamming and saying the same thing or just hating, get them out of here. Remove them from the chat. Sean, you are live with No Fugazee Podcast. Turn on your camera, bro.
Or can I come in and come back out because I don't know why the camera's not on. So I was trying to get it to load back on because it was on there.
Okay. It was on before? Okay, yeah, then
So
go out.
Let me go out and then come back in.
Cool. Phil Jr., I see you in here, Phil. Kev, I'm gonna get you in a second, and Moorish, I know you got the different points of views. I'm gonna get you in here too, Moorish. I'm gonna bring you back up. Actually, since we waiting, okay, Sean came back. All right, Sean. Camera?
It's still not on. I don't understand why it's. Hold on.
God dang, Sean, you like that chick? Let's see, Sean. Oh, we live right now, man. We lit too, man.
No Fugazee.
Everybody that's in right now, like the video so it gets into the algorithm. Please just click the like. It's free, bro. Click the like button. Don't be a ninja watcher. If you're watching this right now, just click the like. It helps push this into the algorithm. Also, where's Sean at? And Sean ain't come back in. We about to bring Kev up. Okay, Sean, I see your camera now. We got Kev. Hold on. I got you, Kev. We got Phil Jr. and then Moorish. Hold on, bro. I know you got the different opinion, and I want to have that debate with you. So I'm going to bring you back in a few. Sean, what's going on, brother? Where you from?
What's up? I'm from Jersey.
What part of Jersey, man?
I'm from South Jersey, Lawnside.
Okay, South
near,
Jersey.
Near like Camden and Clementon and stuff like that.
All right, word, bro. What's up? Talk to me.
See, I was going to get into the whole thing, but I kind of like exhausted with it after watching all that type of stuff and people going crazy. Because the way they were giving it to you wasn't right? Because like, I kind of like have education in kind of like genetics and like biology and stuff like that. So
you
like,
have a degree?
As far as like
Sean,
the black
do you
woman
have
being God.
Sean, hold up.
Yes.
Do you have a degree?
Not a degree. I have like diplomas, certificates, and stuff like
Okay,
that.
and biology?
Yes.
Okay. I just wanted to clear that up because you said something. Go ahead.
What I was going to say was, they have like the perspective kind of like messed up, right? Like they're automatically saying that the black woman is God instead of like not looking at it like from a genetic point of view, right? Because if you look at it like from the black woman and the black man, right? You know how we're like more dominant in things, how we're more organic in things, how we're more like we will say like even going into the Bible. I'm not a Christian, but even going into the Bible, the Quran, or anything like that, they talk about black people being the first organic people set here, right? Civilization's been here for years and stuff like that, right?
Well, we know that the first humans was made in, pretty much created and came about in Mesopotamia, Africa. So, so yeah, we know that it was in Africa. And since Africa is so hot, we know that it had to have been a person with melanin to survive with, the sun that's beaming, and they're not going to get skin cancer or stuff like that. So yeah, that's already facts, but go ahead.
Right. So,
but that's just skin color. Skin color is very different than actual sex. Because here's the thing, black woman, that's a sex. There's differences between race, which is the skin color, the pigment in your skin. That's much different than sex. The pigment in your skin is not dictating your erotic behaviors or your physical attributes and stuff like that. There's white people that's fast and strong. There's black people that's fast and strong. It just happens to be that more niggas is faster and stronger if we're talking about race, as far as we're talking about race. But if we're talking about gender, and men and women, the women isn't superior from a mental standpoint. Most men are geniuses, and also from a physical standpoint, most men are stronger and superior than women. So go ahead, state your point.
So what I was going to say was, I kind of agree and disagree. You might say that there's a lot of like black people and white people on the same level, like as gender wise, like women and men, right? But when we get into like breaking down into biology, right? So like when we talk about, so the number one function that makes our body have behaviors and functions is our brain. and we might talk about the cognitive processors, right, and the temporal lobe that, and well, I'm not going to break down all the parts of the brain. I'm pretty sure that you're educated in that, but
well, god dang, Phil, break it down.
What I was going to say was, so your cognitive processor, I'm going to break it down for the chat, that for the people that don't know. The cognitive processor is responsible for behaviors and the emotional feelings. So you have women have oxytocin, men have vasopressin, we have serotonin, we have a lot of like hormones. I don't even.
Okay, got it. So get to your point.
Right? So what I was going to say was that, going back into what they were talking about, right? What they mean to say was that Black women have a prokaryotic cell, like, I want to say what I want to say. A prokaryotic cell put together, as in, like, when we talk about, like, them being I don't want to say a god. I don't want to put them as a god, but an upper level type of situation going on.
Okay, upper than who?
Upper
than a man.
No, I would say that we are. Won't say that we're not on the same level physically, but we're on the same level genetically and mindset wise.
How can we be on the same? How can you just did an oxymoron? You said that we on the same level physically. You said that we're not on the same level physically, but we are on the same level genetically and mentally. That's oxymoron. Because if we're not on the same level physically, we can't be on the same level genetically. God dang, Sean, you've been in here waiting for that long, and that's the best you got. Come on, speak some sense. Get something.
Because this is why I said that, right? So back to that. So if you're a man, right, and you get your reactions off your cognitive processor, right, and a woman gets her reaction off her cognitive processor. You get your language barriers, and you learn your languages through your temporal lobe. She learns her language through her temporal lobe. What makes you different than her in reaction? Okay, I get it. Yes, you might say that a woman reaction emotionally, we react logically.
I help you out, bro. I help you out. You fumbling, man. You fumbling. So here's the thing with critically thinking, right? It is true that men and women, we're more similar than we are apart. It's more similarities than there are differences, right? But the differences are on the extreme ends on both sides. So you have to look at the extreme ends of things. For example, men tend to show aggression in a physical standpoint. With physicality, we get mad, we want to break something, we want to punch another person in the face. We show it physically. Women are aggressive too, but they show it differently. They show it with using innuendo, character destruction, and reputation destruction, and gossip, right? They're very chatty. So we both aggressive, but we show it differently. Now let's look at the far ends of the spectrum, as I just said. So women actually women attempt more suicides than men do. But since men are more aggressive in their approach, when a man attempts it, it's more fatal. He uses more fatal measures when we do it. It's more like offing themselves, getting a rope, right? We doing the physical stuff.
Right.
Women do many attempts. They do more attempts of offing themselves than men do, but they do it with cutting themselves. You see women with cuts in their arms, not niggas with cuts on their arms. Right. So we go to the far end of extreme to things because we are more aggressive. Then we take more of the physical approach when it comes to aggression. Women take more of the gossip and innuendo and character destruction when it comes to aggression. So they're less likely to They're less likely to be successful when they're offing themselves. Men are more likely to be successful when they're offing themselves because it's like, clack, blam, we out of here. We going all in. Also, when it comes to, I already explained IQ before. So scientists did research on all of this, man. That's why I asked you, I didn't graduate college, But I freaking studied stuff and read books.
Question, though?
Wait a second. Hold it. You came and you said that you had some certifications and things. But here's what I wanted to say. Having the ability to critically think is to find similarities, find differences, and then compare and contrast the two. All you did was just find similarities. Because you're saying, well, we're more similar. Like the man's mind, he gets to his thoughts and his patterns of thinking this way, and a woman gets to it the same thing. The only thing that's different, you pointed out some differences. The only thing that's different is the chemicals and stuff like that. But it gets much more different than that. Then you have to compare and contrast, which I'm doing with you now, which I'm talking about the far ends, the far extremes of things. For example, if you take men, right? If you take 100 men, if you pick 100 men out of, if you pick one guy out of 100 men of being the aggressor, you have a 60% chance of picking out a man. If you pick a woman out to being the aggressor, you have like a 40% chance. So it goes like that, bro. You have to look at percentages, probabilities, critically think on things off the far ends of both spectrums, and then you could find an even balance and have logic and like, okay, well, this is why men are better at this, and this is why women are better at that, and this is why men succeed here, and this is why women tend to fail there, or this is why men fail here and women succeed there. So yeah, bro, go ahead.
So I was going to ask you, right? So even when you talk about mindset and commitments and different mindsets, right? Do you know? See, I hate asking like, do you know this, because it's just like it makes somebody feel like
just speak, bro. It's okay.
Do you know what a docile state is? Do you know what a capitulation is?
Yes, man.
Right.
Yeah.
So when we get into these like characteristics or trying to put like gender roles on people, right? Do you think that a lot of this stuff, like even when we come down to scientists and education, right? Do you think that a lot of this stuff was based on indoctrination, right?
No, bro. God dang, man. I got to teach you. How
though? Because.
All right, first, I'm going to let you. Go ahead. And then real quick, before this, let me just let the chat know what we doing. After you, Sean, I got Kev up next. I got Phil Jr. And then I'm going to get to Morsh. I got you, Morsh. Then I see the young. Okay. I see you in. It doesn't say the full name. The young and the conscious. I see you in here, bro. I'm going to bring you up too. Go ahead. What were you saying?
I'm going to say this last thing and I'm going to land my plane. So, because I know
sure, bro.
Late and you got to get done. When I say that is because if you, say you take a group of a race of people and another race of people. Say it's us, right? Because this is how slavery took place, right? You get them to capitulate by giving them primitive stuff, right? Like cars, watches, money. And then another race knows that this is a primitive mindset, right? Money is the exact thing, right? It had to be created to control, right? So why can't
money is a social construct? I got you. Go ahead.
Created through a slave type of. We kind of already know that money, how it got here. So, but
no, I know how money got here? Do you know how money got here?
Money got here many ways, but one of them was to control. Because
no, bro. No, listen.
If you put $1 down tomorrow, we all put money down tomorrow, it would be worth nothing. It's only worth something to you because you believe in your mind that it's worth something.
We know that money is a social construct, but before the social construct of money, it was all with trading. If I'm living on a land, I got land, and on my land, I grow apples and oranges, and on your land, you grow berries and bananas. It's, I want some berries and bananas. I'll give you some apples and oranges for some. So then it started with trading, right? So then you trade goods back and forth. But then how money was created is after everyone was trading, right? But then it was like, you know what? It was gold is valuable. Gold is valuable for a multitude of reasons. like you got to think about it. Gold can't even be scratched. You can't scratch gold. You can't you can't bruise gold and silver and stuff like that. Those are like metals from the earth that holds a lot of value. You could also create science in like diamonds. Diamonds are used to create like atomic bombs and stuff like that. So we know that there's many different things and it holds value, and things hold value because things are scarce. That means that it's rare. When something is rare, the value goes up. When something becomes, a norm and everyone has it, the value goes down in certain things. So when you're trading, the value fluctuates in things, right? So then we have gold, we have silver, we have copper, we have bronze, and we have these metals and stuff like this because these things are already valuable because they're hard to find and they're hard to carve. You get what I'm saying? They're just hard. They hold value. So what we used was gold, copper, silver, bronze, and all of these different precious metals to then we would start bartering when we're trading things like, hey, I'll give you X amount of gold pieces for them oranges. Forget that. I don't have any apples and oranges to give you, but I do have some gold. You need some gold, so here, I'll give you the gold. So then the person takes the gold, other person takes the gold, the nigga gets his apples and oranges, and he goes and lives a good day. But then as it started happening, gold became an IOU. So gold became too heavy. The precious metals was too, because the society kept growing. So the precious metals, niggas had so much gold they couldn't carry it around. Like, I'm not finna carry around all this gold and give it to you for some milk and some honey. I'll give you an IOU. I have this gold here. I have it packaged. I'll give you an IOU. The next time I see you, you'll get the gold. Okay, cool. I got you. Take these apples and oranges. I'll get the gold. He sees them. He gives them the gold. But then everyone is starting to do IOUs, right? So then they're giving them an IOU. And those IOUs start to add up. And then when it starts to add up, niggas not paying off their IOUs. So banks is just full of a bunch of IOUs. There's not really a lot of gold in there anymore. Like the dollar isn't really backed off on gold. Guess what the dollar is backed up off? Our military. We got the strongest military in the world. We'll blam anyone out of here. That's a fact. That's a fact. We got real G.I. Joes. Salute to the vets. We got real G.I. Joes in here. So our dollar is always also going to be backed off of the enforcement mechanism. Well, who enforces law and order? Men enforce law and order, right? So you talking about like things with social constructs? No, when we peel back the layers to things, like you said, gender roles is a social construct. Gender roles is not a social construct. Think about it. In the beginning of time, not even in the beginning of time, people in Africa right now, in different areas, gender roles is natural because it's tigers and lions and things out here, and we don't have the law and order in the first world country like America does. So men, we need to protect our women. We need to protect our daughters. We need to protect our wife. So the man is naturally going to take the role of being a protector and a provider. It's a natural occurrence. So it's not no social construct. It's a natural. When a woman is pregnant for 9 months, bro, she can't do anything. What is she doing thousands of years ago? Or what is she even doing in a third world country? She's not doing much. In a first world country, she could do stuff because she could get paid leave off and stuff like that. And we got all of these programs. We got welfare. She can get on Section 8. She got all of these things that the government is the head of the household, not the man. So gender is not a social construct, bro. Men are the enforcement mechanism. The things that men create enforce that as well. Swords, guns, grenades, all of those things that we've created to provide security and comfortability for us and other women in this world. That is why we have the greatest country right now. And we will continue to have the greatest country unless we got to get rid of this nonsense. A lot of people don't think 1 + 1 = 2.
Let me tell you something. I'm a Republican, so I already understand the liberal.
Got you. Question for you. Were you raised by a single mother?
No, my mom is actually married.
Your mom was okay. So your mom and dad are still together.
Yes, they're still together. Yeah.
Okay, and are you a heterosexual male?
Yes, I'm heterosexual.
You heterosexual male. Okay, good, man. And okay, I'll leave it there. I just wanted to ask.
I'm actually a full-time dad too. I raised
you got a kid.
Also. I raised my daughter also. Yes.
Salute to you, brother. Salute to you. So, one more question, and I'm gonna get to another caller.
Okay, I would say one more thing, right? because I heard you earlier saying about victim mindset, right?
Sure.
So as black people, right? Because I really wanted to make this big point, right? If we want to get out of victim mindset, right? And I kind of like the way that you put it because you're right there, but you're also on the side of helping the systematic side of it too, because the way that you just said what you said. But if we
Explain
want to get out of
how. I don't believe in no systematic racism. There's no really
not systematic
systematic
racism. No, I said systematic. Like you
Okay,
said, like
systematic
how
what?
we have gold and money and stuff, right? Because what I was going to say was, if we want to get out of victim mindset, why won't we just get out of the whole system altogether and just
If
live
you
as black
stop
people?
there, bro. The world don't work like that. You're trying to change reality. You cannot change reality. You have to adapt to reality. So don't try to change reality and say, oh, we need to get out of the commerce and, of trading and money, the concept of money, because it's like a social construct. There's no going back. The only way it goes back, unless World War III happens and we all get nuked or something happens and we don't got electricity, and still it's still going to come about. Your screen went dead again. Yeah, but I can you hear me? Nah, he can't hear me. Anyways, let me go ahead and close him out, and I'll finish up my rant, and I'll bring Kevin on. So yeah, man. Yeah, bro, you can't change that. You have to adapt and be the best version of yourself. You be the best version of yourself. You're only as strong as your mind, and your mind is only as strong as your body. You get somebody that has that's very smart. Well, they meet a nigga that like me, 6'4", over 200 pounds, and they say something stupid, I may slap them. Well, who cares if you're right, if you could lose a fight? Like, think about it. Thousands of years ago, only the strong survived. They was like, wait, the reason why 1 + 1 = 2, my nigga, because the nigga that said 1 + 1 = 2 was stronger than the nigga that said 1 + 1 = 3. That's just the facts. And also other facts is just logic as well. But think about it. You get a nigga that come up like back in the day and they got their swords, they fighting and stuff. They dueling. Okay, well, I believe in this and I think the world should go this way. Well, I believe in this and I think the world should go this way. Well, all right. We have different perspectives and different opinions. We could do two things. We could try to come to an even ground, or it's like, nah, nigga, my worldview is gonna outcompete your worldview in either competition or we go into war. So that means only the strong survive. That's just how the world works. The apex predator wins. I don't make the rules, I just report them. Do I think it should be like this? I mean, it is what it is. It's amoral. There's things that is immoral. There's things that are amoral. So immoral things, we know things like, male sex, or, stealing and killing and doing degenerate behavior. In this immoral behavior, nothing good comes from it. It's not good to you. It's not good to the other person, or it may be good for you momentarily, but in the future, it won't be good for you. Then there's things that are amoral, like a lion eating a gazelle. It's amoral, bro. It's a jungle. The lion is going to eat the gazelle. In society, me working out in the gym, reading books, working hard, having multiple things, multiple businesses, and keep asserting myself and being motivated, I'm going to outcompete the dudes that's lesser. It is what it is. Other dudes is going to outcompete me. And then it is what it is. Some people get a step ahead. Some people are just born in some money. Like, okay, a nigga born in the family, he started with $1 million. I started with $5. Okay, of course, he got a head start. But no one is really going to respect him how they respect me if I make the $1 million. It is what it is. No one respects a trust fund baby how they respect a person that actually earned the money. So at the end of the day, it still comes from competing. You get your respect from competing. And that's what masculinity is, man. Like, niggas be too soft. Like, oh, well, we should just not compete. Like, we shouldn't adhere to these social norms and not compete and just give up. We're not going to use money. Let's just stop using money. This is what the nigga wanted to say. Let's stop using money and let's not compete, and we could be the victors. Nigga, this ain't Hunger Games. Nigga talking about we want to be the victors. We can be the Nigga, this ain't Hunger Game. Nigga, freak you talking about, bruh? Matter of fact, I would say it's more like Hunger Games. The reality is literally like, yeah, nigga, you got to compete for what you want. But Kev, I got you, man. Let's bring you in. Kev, welcome to No Fugazee podcast, brother. I see you watching it in the back. Can you mute that so we don't get that echo? It's still on, Kev. Mute that. This nigga's.
Yeah, I can't hear you. That's why I got it.
You can't hear me
on my phone.
You got it on your phone? But no, turn the podcast off.
TV to get your phone, to get your voice.
To get my voice. So what are you on right now? Are you on your phone?
Nah.
You on your laptop?
Yeah.
So get off the YouTube and just only use the link that I sent you. And then with the link that I...
Phone. My phone.
Okay, Kev, I'm a figure it out. What you have to do is, I'll tell you this. So you using your phone and you using a TV. I sent you the link. Get off of YouTube and only use the link that I sent you and turn the volume up on the link so then you could hear me converse. Because the link that I send you, it connects you to YouTube automatically. So you don't want to have the link and YouTube up at the same time. Then you'll hear me double talking and the audience won't hear me clear. Got that? I'm gonna bring Moorish on real quick.
Okay.
I'll come back to you, Kev. Moorish, you back? What's going on, brother?
Peace and love.
Put your face in the can, man. I can't see you.
Yeah, man. Yeah, brother.
All right, Moorish, talk to me. You was talking about how you believe woman is a god. What's up?
Well, is she not? I mean, you have to. If you're going to dispel the notion, then you would have to explain that. If you know, when you're talking about the Book of Genesis, I mean, it clearly states that we were created in the image and likeness of the Most High God. So
yeah.
that is not a false statement.
I don't believe it's false.
Yeah, but you know, other than that, I mean, there has been a lot of misinformation. You know, you have a platform, brother. You know, you have a platform and you're influencing a lot of people.
Okay, well, go ahead and try to influence us here that woman is a god. State your points.
Well, I just explained it from the Book of Genesis. You guys been referencing the Bible the whole night.
Well, I mean, from the Book of Genesis, it says that man is created in the image of God, and it set image and likeness of God, and it also says that God created man first, not woman first. It says that the woman was created from the man's rib, from his side, and she was created to be a helpmate.
Let me ask you.
Yes.
Do you see that indication when you lift up your shirt? Do you see like any indication that a rib was taken from you?
Well, bro, you want to, what you talking about? I'm asking a question. It's a metaphor to say that the woman was created from the man. How can you get a
you have a belly button, which indicates that you are attached to your host.
Do you think Adam had a belly button?
Do I think Adam had a belly button?
Yeah. Do you think Adam had a belly button?
I think Adam is the atom, and Eve is evolution.
Okay, I get what you're saying. Evolution. So the first man and woman, I don't think that they had a belly button. If anyone would have a belly button, since God created the man first, it would be the woman. If it's however we could think about it from a physical standpoint of how God created. We're not God, so it's hard for us to even imagine it. Scientists can't figure it out. We haven't gotten there yet scientifically. But I could already tell you this fact, right? So it's scientists can't, in order for a woman to get pregnant, she needs a male seed, right? Women have the XX chromosome, men have the X and the Y chromosome. So the man dictates the sex of the baby. Women don't dictate the sex of the baby. So even within that, so scientists already tried to, they created fake wombs and all of that stuff like that. They tried to get a woman pregnant by not infertilizing her, right? It's impossible. They can't do it. But what scientists did figure out, which is crazy, which I hate too, it sucks that they did figure out science, man. Y'all taking it too far. They did it in mice. They made from a male mice, they duplicated the X chromosome. So they took the X chromosome and duplicated it and gave it a double X. And then from that created another mice. So from a man. So from a male mice, they created another mice. What they did was they created a double X and then pretty much gave that mice a womb from the man and then created the mice from that. But they can't do it the opposite way. They can't take a female mice that has two X chromosomes and then create anything else from it without any seed from a male mice. So it's already scientifically proven that scientifically, life came from the man because we hold the life form in us, which is our seed. Just like the chat said, how the freak you think a tree got here? Well, you had to have a seed first. Then that nigga grew. Of course, you had to have a seed, put that nigga in the ground in the soil and water that nigga, and then it's going to grow. That's what the woman is. The man holds the life form. We put our seed into the woman, and the woman is the incubator. She's the oven. She make it hot, and the baby forms from that. So women bring about life, men create life. But I would say God is the ultimate creator of life. But what else you got, Morsh? Any other points?
Yeah, brother, my bad. I just had to change locations within the house here. So yeah, but no, the brother was talking. I think the brother was talking clearly. I just don't think that he was being understood. Because 1 + 1 can equal 3, can equal 4, can equal 5.
That's right. All right. So how can 1 + 1? So you're another one. Chat real quick before I let you go. He's the third black person that thinks 1 + 1 can equal 3. And we had the first guy on here. He believed it. We had the woman, Isis. She believed it, and now we got Moorish. So Moorish, those two, they couldn't explain it, or it was nonsense. But let's see if you can explain it. How can 1 + 1? How can you get 3 out of that?
Well, again, when you're dealing with arithmetic, 1 + 1 does equal 2, right? Just like when you're dealing with multiplication, 1 times 0 doesn't equal 1; it equals 0. So there's the duality when we're dealing with everything that we're dealing with in this plane. There's an opposite to it. So when we're talking arithmetic, what's the opposite of that? We're speaking about supreme mathematics, a mathematics that's a knowledge that is not taught. 1 + 1 can equal 3. 1 man + 1 woman can equal 1 child. Convert the child.
That's what he said too. But that's just 1 + 1 + 1.
Yes. 1 + 1 + 1.
That's regular math. You keep adding things and things keep going. But I'm speaking about 1 + 1. If you have one thing and another thing, how can it equal 3? Now you could say a man and a woman meets and they have twin babies.
That's
okay.
Supreme.
All right.
Supreme mathematics. So it's two different.
I know mathematics. I know mathematics and supreme mathematics. And I know we live in a 3-dimensional space, and maybe you operating in a 4-dimensional space, how you speaking and how the other people are speaking. So since you pretty much saying if 1 + 1 can equal 3 in our 3-dimensional reality world, you must be living on a 4-dimensional reality world to see it. So explain to me how 4-dimensional reality, man.
No, brother. I mean, look, man, I'm here just to add on to the conversation, brother. Like,
I feel you, but this is what. Go ahead.
So what I'm trying to convey is, you can have 1 + 1 equaling anything, because you just explained it. If 1 man + 1 woman can have twins, that's 4 people total. That's a different type of math that we're dealing with. We're not dealing with arithmetic. Now, if you're dealing with arithmetic, yeah, 1 + 1 = 2. That's arithmetic. Just like if you're dealing with subtraction, 1
No,
minus
no.
1 = 0.
And I'm saying this, all of it is math and arithmetic, man. It's 1 + 1 = 2. If you add another one, it equals 3. If another one comes outside of it, it equals 3. You get what I'm saying? If I got a pie, but I mean, it's just, I already went in this debate with other people. You got any other points?
Yeah, I got some other points.
What else you got, man?
In terms of, you know, the woman in and of itself, you know, we have to really, as men, you know what I mean? Like as men, we have to understand that the woman does bring forth tangibles. She gives us the child. She gives us the children. I don't know if you have children, brother, but I've seen them born. You know, I've
seen both of my kids born. I have a boy and a daughter. I have a son and a daughter.
So you've seen the submission. You've experienced it. You've experienced a certain level of strength that neither one of us will ever go through, and neither one of us wants to go through.
Well, it's not strength. It's just high. It's just high pain tolerance, and most women nowadays take epidural, so they can't even. They're not even as. They don't even have the high pain tolerance as their ancestors did that did it naturally. So it just tells me that the woman gets weaker and weaker because she needs epidurals to even get through it, to have a natural birth, to have any type of birth.
Yeah, that's
and then most of them, you got to think about it. Most of them, they don't even have wide enough hips where the baby can't flip around the right way head first. So then they have to have a C-section, and then they get other, shots and things for that, for them to not feel the pain. So when we're talking about strength is one thing. When we're talking about, when we're talking about strength, that's different. Strength is not how much pain. Strength and pain tolerance is two totally different things.
I mean, that's. I think that can be debated or argued, but strength and pain tolerance. I mean, it is in and of itself.
If we're talking about physical strength and pain tolerance are two totally different things. There's two totally different measurements. It's two totally different measures. Floyd Mayweather been punched in the head many times.
If you're dealing with muscle,
he never fell.
If you're dealing with muscle strength,
Devin Haney fell off of Ryan Garcia, mollywopping him. God dang, Devin, you let us down.
There's spiritual strength. There's emotional strength. There's physical strength. I mean, there's, you know what I mean, like.
True. There's different measurements of strength. I would say in all realms, when it comes to strength, however you want to put it, the man is more superior.
I mean, what do you mean? In order for you to be superior, you got to be superior over something. Who brings forth that something?
No, I'm talking about the man brings forth that something. Let's just peel back the layer, bro. I didn't want to say this, but here it is, because the chat needs to know it too, because you're the third person calling in.
Well,
no, I appreciate it, bro. But what I'm saying is this:
what do you mean?
Peel back the layer even further, because you keep talking about, well, the woman brings about that. The woman, no, women don't create.
Is that not true?
Listen, I'll break it down to you. I'll give you 1 + 1 = 2. Here it is. God created man in his image, and then it was man. And then after man, God created the woman from the man. God created the woman from the man.
Where are you getting your resources? Like
it's scientifically proven, man.
No, you're speaking biblical. Biblical.
Asexuality is not a thing. Human beings, we're not asexual creatures. That's only in animals.
I didn't say that.
Okay, so how can a woman? The woman came from another man.
Say that, brother. I didn't say nothing about that. I mean, I'm just saying that
what you saying?
You're saying that men are superior, and I'm just saying that women are equally superior. You know what I mean? It's
how can you be equal? That's an oxymoron. How can you be equal and superior at the same thing?
You just shared with me how you just saw 2 of your children be born.
Yes,
that's supreme, brother. That is supreme. You cannot bring life into this physical world without it passing through something. Physically,
We get that, bro. I already stated in the last two people that came on, it takes two to tangle. We are better together than we are apart.
It takes two, but she creates that child once
she brings about that child.
Yes,
she don't create that child.
But
she don't create that child. In third world countries, women don't even have a whole lot of rights because men enforce rights. So if they don't have strong enough men to enforce them rights, they'll be raped, they'll be sexually assaulted, and they'll have their virginity taken from them. Do you understand what I'm saying, bro? Listen real quick, Morsh. Listen real quick, Morsh. No, we're not speaking two different things. We're speaking very factual here. So in order
jurisprudence.
I'm just speaking reality. That's what it is.
Jurisprudence, and you're speaking rulership, brother. That's law.
No.
What you're speaking in terms of third world countries and what's happening.
I just gave you an example, man. I gave you an example. So peel back all the layers. We know that it takes two to tango. A man, we know that this. Listen real quick, clear. Listen to understand, not to respond, because we're talking over one another. Then I'll get to another caller.
Okay.
We know that it takes two to tango. We are better together than we are apart. Men need women for reproduction value. We don't need them for survival value. Men can survive on this planet by themselves, but they can't reproduce by themselves. They need a woman to bring about, let me finish. They need a woman to bring about a legacy. Women can't survive on this planet without a man. They can't survive now without men because other men and wildebeests, and they don't date. Not 95% of men are electricians, are welders, are all of these different type of skills. So they don't even have. There's not even enough skilled women to, say if all the electricity turned off today. There's not even enough skilled women to even keep society,
Let me ask you,
flourishing. So let me finish real quick. Hold that thought. This is what I'm saying. Like I said, it takes two to tango. We know that we are better together than we are apart. I'll say it again. Within that, though, women need men for survival value. So how can a woman come on this planet first without a man when she'll be eaten by a wildebeest? It won't happen. We don't need women for survival value. We just need them for replication value. This is my proof that the man was here first and a woman came from the man. How don't you get that? 1 + 1 = 2. It doesn't equal 3. How can you get something that's lesser and that's weak and create something that's stronger and more superior? Did God create something that's stronger and more superior than him? No, he created something that's lesser, a weaker. He created man, but we are not God. And then God created man, then God created the woman from the man, which is a lesser, a weaker. And it is okay. That's the order of life. God over man, man over woman, woman over children. What the freak, nigga? Get the shirt. Nigga, get the merch. Merch gang. It's dropping soon. I had to do a plug. Get the merch, bro. Merch is dropping soon, man. Come on, bro. 1 + 1 doesn't equal 3. It equals 2.
Okay. I mean, brother, look. Look, man, look.
My bad, chat. Had to go on a rant. But go ahead, more. State your points.
You good, man. You good. Again, brother, like, I have to respectfully just disagree. Again, I never said that the woman came first. I never. All I said, brother, based off your biblical principles that you've stated, can you identify where the woman came from you? Number one, and you didn't say that. Number two, there is proof that you were
scientifically
proof that you were attached
gave scientific earlier.
We're giving facts, brother. You can pull up your shirt and look. You can pull up your shirt and look. Everybody on here can pull up their shirt and look. All I'm saying, brother, is that we need the woman. What do you mean we don't need the woman?
No one said that we don't need the woman
to survive. To survive. Just as what?
No. Peel back the layer of the type of survival I'm talking about. The survival I'm talking about, meaning that look at freaking Survival. It was on Survival, and I think it was
you speak as though the woman is not capable of protecting herself if she needed to.
Is a woman capable of? Capable?
I'm not saying.
I would say a woman can be capable of protecting herself, But who's more capable of protecting themselves? The man. Who's more capable of protecting themselves from other men and other animals? Men.
5'2" feminized men.
And those 5'2" feminized men is still more. It still has bigger bone density. They're still stronger. They're still faster. So what are you talking about, bro?
Talking about protecting himself from a more physically faster female, who's bigger and stronger. I mean, generally speaking, brother, yes, you're correct. Generally speaking, but you know, what I'm saying is we have.
But the world operates in generalities.
We have to bring balance back to order, brother. You know what I mean? And like you're speaking.
I know we do need balance.
You know,
I'm not speaking one-sided. There's no.
And what you're stating, brother, what you're stating is that you, in your physical structure, whom was brought forth, as you say, brought forth in birth through the womb of a woman, nurtured, you sucked on your mother's nipple to take the milk. The most potent.
Hey, don't be talking about my mother nipples.
Yeah, me too, brother. We all did. Me too. The most potent potion on the planet, brother. That milk is so powerful that if the baby has an eye infection, the mother can just squeeze the milk inside the eye, brother, and cure it.
All right, Morris, what the freak? Morris, you babbling right now, Morris. I feel what you're saying, Morris.
Brother, what I'm saying is we have to understand. If we are going to fix this thing, right? Because it's broken. If we understand that it's broken. There's a war against men. There's a war against women.
All right. So what we got to do to fix it?
But that war is in, as biblical principles say, in spiritual wickedness in high places, brother. This is a spiritual war, and everything that we see comes from the unseen world.
So what we got to do to fix it, Morris? What
we got to do is fix it. Is get back to the Most High.
Okay, and that Most High is not a woman, correct?
The Most High is all knowing, all things. You know, it created all things. It's not a woman, it's not a man, it just is. You know.
Okay, we can agree. Yeah, we can agree on that, Morris. With that being said, we came to agreements. I'll let you go, man. I appreciate the support, and appreciate it, come back in next time.
I will, brother. Continue what you're doing, brother. You got a platform. Just understand your power. Just in and of itself, brother. That's all, man. You leading. I got you, Morris. You leading people. You leading them. Don't lead them off a cliff.
I'm not. That's why 1 + 1 = 2, brother. Peace. We got Yo, we've been streaming for 2 hours and 40 something minutes, but the chat is booming. Let me get to the chats, and then I'm gonna get Phil in here. I got Phil Jr. and then I got the young and the conscious. All right, let me get to the super chats real quick. So, super chats, we got Sean the Mega sends in $2. Appreciate the support. We got Sean the Mega again sends in $5. I'm so sorry. I got phone call. I did not want it to hang up on you like that, but good conversation, brother. Sean, yeah, this was you that was in here. Sean, yeah, good convo, bro. I see where yours going. Yeah, man, call back in, join the stream next Wednesday. I do this every Wednesday now. Come on in. We could have debates on certain topics and stuff like that. Yeah, good convo. But yeah, man, get out of delusion land. 1 + 1 = 3. The woman isn't God. Man didn't come from a woman. It's just facts, bro. Don't be so easily manipulated. Like, actually think about things. Like, when you get information, think about it. Like, that's why I had to walk him through the steps. Like, wait. Well, men don't need women for survival value. We just need them for replication value. So that means that it would make sense if you put a man on the world first with animals, he has the higher probability of surviving with the animals. But then from that, you create the woman from the man to protect and provide for the woman. But then from that, the man then needs the woman for replication value to be fruitful and, propagate society, bring about life. But if you bring the woman here, well, she needs a man for survival value. So if the woman is on the planet first, she's more likely of being eaten by a wildebeest or a saber-toothed tiger or some type of. She can't manipulate the elements like we can. Like niggas make fires, clean their own water. Like that's all men invented these things. Go fishing and hunting. Like we're not scared of the dark. How women are scared of the dark. Like women are more neurotic, so they feel more negative emotions. Why would you put someone here that feels more negative about life first? Doesn't make any sense. And this is all scientifically facts that women feel more negative emotions than men. So why would you put someone here on the planet first that feels negative about being on a planet? You'll put the human being on a planet first that is happy to be here. Like, oh, niggas is fine by themselves. You leave, bro. Guys is different. And this is the thing about guys. This is how you know. Here's another proof, just logically thinking, right? And then I'll let, I see Phil, I'll let you in the chat. Here's the thing about guys and the guys being friends with guys, guy friends. Me and my homies, we barely talk. We ain't gotta never talk. I hit them niggas up, like, talk to my friends once a month, once every, like I got 4 or 5 good friends from elementary. I talk to them like once a month or once every couple months. Like we could go like months without speaking. But once we link up or once we speak, it's like we never spoke before. It's like, oh man, how you been, bro? Yo, remember them times? Yeah, bro, that was crazy. It's all fun. It's all good. Women can't go 24 hours without speaking to one another, without thinking that the other person is doing something behind their back or saying something behind their back, because they're always thinking so negatively. This is why women don't really be having friends and their friendships be fake. Niggas, we could not see each other for a while, turn on some football and chill, kick it. Like, yeah, man, that game was crazy, bro. Yeah, man. Girls, they don't chill for a few months. They're going to be like, well, hi, where are you? They're going to be like cautious and nervous to really talk to the friend and step like walking on thin ice, because hoping that, what are they thinking about me? Did she not talk to me because I said something wrong? Did she not talk to me because of this? Men can go months without talking to a chick and be perfectly fine. Freaking nonsense. Anyways, we got, chats in here piling up. Oh, we got a bowler alert, $50 super chat. We got the lion and the ox sends in $50. He says, God made them male and female in the image of God. He did not create 2 more gods. Facts. Thus we worship him. That is a fact. Salute to you, brother. I appreciate the support. We got Julius Caesar sends in $2. Is there time for me to call in? Julius Caesar, we about to wrap this up after these last 2 calls. Depending on how long this stream go. I mean, you could join, click the link in the description and we'll see. All right, Phil, welcome to No Fugazee Podcast. Phil, how are you, man?
Some mute. Here we go. Off mute. What's going on, my brother?
What's going on, brother? How are you?
Hey, all is well. All is well. Thank the Lord, my man. Good to be up here. Good to see you. Finally.
Good to see you too, man. You've been a huge supporter. You're a member. You've been supporting for a minute, man. So talk to me. What you got?
Hey, man. Just wanted to kind of bring about a couple of things when we looking at the book. You know, yes, I love to make sure I just kind of stick to it and then go from there. You know, we could kind of chop it up, but at the end of the day, I just want to lay a couple of things out, a couple of scripts out, and then, go from there, man. So right here, and we was someone touched on it a little bit earlier, but in 1 Corinthians chapter 11, right? 1 Corinthians chapter 11, and let's pick it up at verse 8. So it says, for the man is not of the woman, but the woman of the man.
Of the man. Facts.
Neither was the man created for the woman.
Facts.
But the woman for the man.
For the man. Facts.
Again, if you don't subscribe to the book, that's between you in the Lord. But
and I know that scripture, but when I speak and I'm talking to these people, I try to not use the Bible verses because it's like, let me just say things in simpler terms where they'll just dismiss it like, well, that came from the Bible. Well, this and this and this. So I just speak in ways where I can speak real logical so they could just understand it. But that's facts.
Indeed. And that's why when if someone brings up the book, just like the guy that was just up here before me that kind of referenced the book, and it's like, well, hold up now, if you reference it, then you need to adhere to what it actually says. And it even
Facts.
says that, for the woman, in verse 12 says, for as the woman is of the man, even so the man is also by the woman, but all things of God. Right. So it's like, okay, it's a circle. We understand that the first man was Adam and then created
Yeah.
from the rib. Then you have Eve. Right. So, but it just breaks that down and it says that. So that's why, again, I just want to, put the book on the table and let the chips fall where they may. If someone wants to call himself a Christian or someone wants to call himself a believer, then believe what the book say. Now, if you want to say that, woman was created and she's a goddess and this, that, and the other. I mean, again, let's look at just regular Earth. They could call it Mother Earth, but again, they doing too much. But if you put the seed in the earth, then you're going to produce something.
And where that seed come from? Father Earth.
There it is. There it is. He did like even Christ was that seed that is the life in the life of the world. Right? He's the truth, the way, and the life. So, and he is that seed. It said right here, and what is this one? Real quick. Okay, yeah. Galatians chapter 3 and verse 16. And it says, Galatians 3 and 16 says, now to Abraham and his seed were the promises made. He said, not and to seeds, that's plural with an S, as of many, but as of one. Mm-hmm. And to thy seed, singular, which is Christ. So again, who carries the seed? The man carries the seed. He puts it in the host, the woman, which is the egg. So that's why you still need them.
The thing is, facts, Phil, facts, man. And it's crazy how we had 3 black callers call in to say that, well, the last guy didn't say woman is a god. He was the 4th caller, actually, but he still was believing in some nonsense. He still believed that 1 + 1 = 3. He was still in delusion land. And all of them all believed that 1 + 1 = 3. So it's some type of social construct that they're adhering to that's very nonsensical. And also, I live by a few rules to keep me safe, to keep me to block out the garbage, right?
Right.
Here's the audience. Take some advice, audience. I say it all the time on a podcast with a panel of girls. Manipulation occurs when you focus on the effects and not the cause. We don't get to the root of things because effects always happens. It's going to say, that's an effect. They're talking about an effect. Well, where did that, something had to cause that effect. Let's peel the layer back. Okay, then what caused that effect? When you keep peeling the layer back, it gets to what the Bible is talking about. It's the seed. We start with the seed first. So they don't live in that logical world. And then what I've learned here by being on my journey too as a man and doing these podcasts and talking to women, because I only been doing this for a year and a few months now, a year and 4 months. So I'm new to it as well. But as far as being a rational male, that's not new to me. But I was definitely in a state of mind where I was living in a victim mindset. I was living, very blaming other people for my inadequacies and stuff like that. But it came in time when I became more rational and more reasonable with my thinking process, and I overcame certain things. What I've learned was the more rational and logical I became, and the more I made money and the more I succeeded in life, God really showed his true colors to me. It was hard for me to really see God when I was living degenerate. Because I'm comparing my view, I'm projecting my degeneracy onto other people and onto the world. So I'm like, I believe in God, but like, yeah, when you overcome that state of mind and that frame that you're living in, you actually truly know God. Like, the more I work on myself and the more disciplined I am and the more I sacrifice things for my family, the more I get closer to God. You know what I'm saying? The less, like, I don't smoke, drink, or cuss or do any of those degenerate behaviors, but no one is perfect. I definitely had things that I needed to work on as a man, and I still need things to work on. But the more I, work on myself, the more I know this nigga above is real. I'm like, God dang, I see it. Like, I put in this work and you giving me blessings. Like, blessings comes from work. Blessings don't come from being stagnant and being still. Like, they got it all confused and they want to blame someone else for them being stagnant. No, you stagnant because you lazy.
And to your point, my brother, you just said, you the aspect of work, right? Again, the book says a man that don't work, don't what? Don't eat.
Be hungry.
So we hungry, right? And even if you look at the mindset of that, the eating, because it says a man shall not live off of bread alone, but by every word that proceedeth out of the mouth of God. And even if you're looking at that eating, understanding that eating is bifold. So it's not, it's two parts to that. It's natural and spiritual. So a lot of people that don't understand the word of God because they don't put in the work, which is faith without works is dead, which is the actual obedience, that degeneracy that you were speaking about.
Yeah,
exactly. And without putting that work in to say, okay, I'm going to kill myself, spiritually speaking, of course. I'm going to die daily, right? Crucify yourself, crucify yourself, pick up your cross, die daily in his flesh. So basically, you're sacrificing, like you just stated, to your once the degenerate behavior of the world, and then you'll start to understand and be able to effectively eat, meaning gain that understanding by way of working. Because if a man that don't work, he don't eat. So you can't get that understanding.
Yeah, you don't get the understanding without works. Yeah, you don't get the understanding without works, and that's the thing. Like what you brung up was perfect because that's what the one caller. I forgot his name. He was the third caller guy. He had who was it? Was it Morsh? No, it wasn't Morsh Divine. It was one of the other ones, the guy before that. He was from South Jersey, but he called in and he was like, he kind of just wanted to check out. Well, working is a social construct. Money is a social construct. Like, why can't we just do what we kind of want to do? Like, and that's a very feminized mind. It's a very fem-centric mind. And it's also, it's a godless mind. Because like you just stated, God wants you to work. If you don't work, you won't eat. And if you're not working and eating, like the fruits is from your labor. But it's also it comes in the mind. Like you want the fruits, but you don't want to do the labor is nonsensical. But if you working to get the fruits, you're gonna be eating. So from the physical standpoint, the materialistic standpoint, you're gonna be good. But your mental is gonna be better too. Because I'll tell you this, another quick story, right? I used to litter a whole lot. I told y'all about the story when I stole, but I used to litter a lot. Like everything I had, I throw out the window. I was one of them type of niggas that I'm eating. What I used to do was I used to try to like reason and make reason out of it. Cause you could reason some nonsense, but my reasoning from when I used to litter when I was young, in my teens and stuff and early 20s, I used to be like, well, I'm giving jobs to the Mexicans. Somebody need a job. So if everyone stops littering, these niggas ain't gonna have jobs. I've
heard that before. Literally, that exact thing.
This how lunacy our mind could be when we're trying to reason things. You know what I'm saying? Because you can reason something very dumb, like the guy talking about 1 + 1 = 3. He tried to reason with that. Your reasoning is wrong, dog. But what I've noticed that the more I became successful and the more I reaped the benefits from my fruits, because of my labor, because of me putting in the work, I got the fruits of my labor. It made my mental stronger, and I stopped littering because I was happy where I was living. I was like, no, I'm paying taxes now on different things. I'm not throwing this out the window. But before, when I wasn't paying taxes on certain things and I didn't have homes and stuff, I was like, freak this town. I didn't see a future. Like when you're living in poverty, you really don't see a future, so you don't care. So you live in decay. So then you littering, you're stealing, you're graping, the women is on a pole twerking. You're doing anything to meet an ends. But once I overcame that state of mind and I really worked hard, I stopped littering, and I actually felt ashamed when I littered. Before, in that mindset that I had, I've never felt ashamed when I used to litter. Now, if I throw something out the window, I literally feel shame. I feel like, why the freak did I'm not littering. Even if something goes out the window by accident, if I'm just parked before I go to the gym, I'm always eating. I'm like, let me pick this up and put this in my whip. Even if it happens by accident. You know what I'm saying? Right. Because when you put in that work and you reap the benefits of the work that you put in, you see a future. And guess what? You not only want your future to be bright, you want everyone else's future to be bright as well. That's the thing when you really put in that works. But good convo, Phil. I appreciate this. I appreciate the support, man. Thank you for tuning in. And you part of gang, Hitman, or Mob Ties?
Yeah. Mob Ties.
Oh yeah, my nigga, you family. You family. We locked in. We gonna talk more.
I'm gonna be able to cook out. You know what I mean? I'm
you gonna be able to cook out. We are. So here's the thing. Chat too. Everyone that's the day one supporters. We are planning a get together, not an actual cookout, but we are planning a meet and greet. And that's gonna be happening around August. That we're looking at for it to happen. We're gonna pick a city and a venue. We're going to do it somewhere, and we're going to do like a meet and greet, chop it up with everyone. I'm thinking, wait, where you from, Phil?
North Carolina. Well, from Jersey, you know.
Oh, you living in North Carolina. Okay. Yeah, we thinking about doing somewhere in between because we got a lot of supporters. I mean, we got the podcast growing. We got supporters everywhere. But I see my day ones have been like from the Carolinas, from Atlanta, from Tennessee, from we got a lot of people from Florida, from Texas, a lot of people. Jersey, of course, New York. We got the whole tri-state area that's supporting. So we'll do something on the East Coast, maybe midpoint, figure out something. And as far as everyone going to have to either drive or fly in, but other than that, everything will be catered for. And even we'll do a show, get some girls, and we probably do like a live event, get some girls, and y'all watch a live show with the girls. We're trying to do something like that soon. So if you join the Discord, I'll keep everyone up to date. That's the third link in the description. Join the Discord. But other than that, Phil, anything else?
Hey, man, just want to say continue to do what you're doing. You know, definitely look forward to continuing to link up with you, man, so we can iron sharpen iron, you know, as the book says. So we definitely got to, you know, sharpen each other because one of my things, and that's what, you know, one of the things that I was, you know, going to, you know, talk to you about is I'm very motivated and very dedicated and just, you know, the discipline of helping us men be men, right?
Yeah.
We understand the attack on masculinity, the attack on integrity. The attack on truth, right? And in the masculine frame is real. And as like you said, competent, strong men of God, we're not going to just idly sit by and allow this to happen on a level that is just being predominantly aesthetically brought about or being in a sense upheld by you know, certain faiths. I mean, I'm gonna give props to props where props is due. Muslim faith aesthetically has a lot more order and structure in certain regards, aesthetically speaking, of course.
Yeah.
But as Christian men, as men of God, if we again get to what's written and not what we think all the fugaziness that goes on in the other word, then we can again have that frame and just have that aspect of mentorship, man. Because a man without a mentor, to me, isn't a man. No matter how old you are, you need mentors. You need to be a mentor as well. So let's just definitely, like I said, get together, man, and keep doing what you're doing and holding that integrity down, my brother.
Appreciate it, brother. Appreciate the support, Phil. Have a blessed one, man.
Indeed. Salute.
All right. So let's see where we at with the super chats. Gonna let some other people in real quick. Okay. Julius Caesar, I see you in here. Gonna get you in right. We got Esso in here. Esso in here as well. Let's get the young and the conscious on.
Do it. Yeah.
Yo, you are live with No Fugazee podcast, man. State your name and where you from.
My name is Brandon. I'm from Florida. I currently live in Atlanta. I started my podcast, The Young and the Conscious. I like to speak on a lot of spiritual things regarding pertaining to them historically.
Yeah.
The topic I'm really interested you're speaking on is this whole the black woman is God. Like a lot of Pan-Africans, we've been indoctrinated into this idea that we all came from Africa as slaves. I'm first and foremost say that's a lie. A lot of so-called Black Americans are actually indigenous to the Americas.
Yep, that's facts.
With the whole the woman is God, that comes from Babylon. When the Babylonians were worshiping Semiramis, she was the wife of King Nimrod, and as you know the story of when he died, she claimed that his spirit from the sun, that's where sun worship comes from. His spirit had impregnated her, and that's where we get the tradition of Christmas from. The evergreen tree represents her son Tammuz. Ishtar was worshipped as Isis in Egypt. And then the Romans came in, the Roman Catholics, they worship Ishtar in the form of the Virgin Mary. If you notice the Roman Catholics, they pray to Mary, and that's for that reason.
It's a whole lot of different social constructs and cult ideas that people was indoctrinated to have by believing in the black woman is God. What if you peel the full layer back, though? It comes from having not a strong mind and not having any guidance, any masculine guidance, because there's no white culture or any parts in white culture where they're saying that the white woman is the God.
Well, I could disagree, because even in the Bible, in Jeremiah and Timothy, it speaks on God. I'm not Christian, but I could speak on it from that perspective. It speaks on the prophet warning against embracing the certain customs, like the Israelites embracing like certain Roman customs of praying to the Queen of Heaven, which is Mary, which is Isis, which is Semiramis. So stuff is even mentioned in the Bible, especially Christmas. It like Easter. Easter is the worship of Ishtar.
No, we don't. I don't think that's a disagreement. I agree. That's an agreement. I'm saying that. Yeah, like, I mean, it happened from men being like, come on, like any masculine man. Think about it. Like if you thinking that God is a woman, and if you believe that, he isn't a masculine man, because masculine men, we know that the woman folds to our will being. Like they fold to our will. Like when I walk into a room, chicks is like, they can smell it on a nigga. When I was younger and I wasn't that successful or didn't have the character, it's like it wasn't there then. But as you work on yourself as a man, you'll see the differences of how other men respect you and how women respect you. You'll just see it. The more you are disciplined and you overcome adversities and you overcome trauma and you be the best version of yourself and try to master yourself, you'll get a different response from people. And you'll know that masculinity doesn't bend or fold for anyone. So the fact that someone can adopt an ideology that is very docile and nonsensical, like it is not rooted in any logic, believing that 1 + 1 = 3, or believing that God is a woman and man came from a woman, believing all that craziness, it's a very feminized mindset, because men are very non-agreeable creatures. Masculine men, we don't agree with much. You got to convince us.
Yeah,
like you got to have a good argument. You got to have a good argument to be like, okay, you know what? maybe I could change my mind on that. That makes sense. 1 plus that adds up. But that's how men are. We're very non-agreeable. And from a psychology standpoint, like all the psychologists knows this, and women tend to be more agreeable creatures. So what I'm saying is men just adopted the woman's nature by being very susceptible to outside influences. But what else you got, bro?
Okay, so like
any questions or anything?
Not really questions, but a point I like to make, because even though the perspective, I feel like God, or I don't really like to use the word God because I feel like that comes from the word God, but the creator's energy, I feel like it's a cultivation of both masculine and feminine. Like you see on a dollar, they say, "In God we trust." That's because back then they used to worship a deity of fortune, of money and fortune, named God. So even when we say the word God, like when you use pronouns like he, I mean, I'm not going to knock you for it, but I could disagree with that in the same way. But I really do feel like the whole worshiping women, it's like a lot of people don't realize where that originates from, and they don't actually study the history of their religions and where these deities actually come from. So
I'll give you some advice, because I see you down a path of seeking truth, which is good, right? So here's some advice so you can stabilize yourself. So words have definitions, right? And they have meanings. But then when you look back past history, maybe certain words had different meanings, and maybe certain words derived from certain things that meant things differently. Because you're very hesitant, like I don't want to say God because that comes from God, and certain things like that. I get what you're saying. I went down that path too when I was a young man, and it can get confusing sometimes. It's like, should I really say this, or because I know where that came from, and that didn't really mean that. Forget that part of it, because that's nonsensical to keep going down that path. What you want to do is, everyone knows that the word means this, so just use the word as what it means now, because time changes. Like, think about it. They're trying to change different words currently right now, as far as if you ask a LGBTQ person, what's a woman, they can't tell you. They'll say a woman is what a woman wants to be. A woman is their identity. Anyone could be a woman. That's what they'll say. No, a woman is an XY chromosome. A woman is an XX chromosome. A woman has a womb. A woman has ovaries. A woman can reproduce. So they won't say that. They'll say, well, some men can, because they're trying to change the definition of words. So what I want you to focus on, right, as a young brother, give you some game, you're already on a right path of wanting to be you want to seek truth. You're on this path of seeking. How old are you?
I'm 25.
25, you're a young guy. So you seeking truth right now, which is good. And you want to master things, and you want to get understanding of things. Don't go down the far end of the spectrum by going down nonsensical ways, by thinking that, oh, well, this word meant this 5,000 years ago, so I'm not going to use that word because it doesn't mean that now. No, think logically about it. The word God means what we have it mean now, but it actually means the same thing of what it meant back then too. But we got to think, or was it a different word of what it meant back then? You get what I'm saying? But even if it was a different word, think about what I'm saying. Even if it meant something different back then, but say if it was a different word for God, let's say Yahweh, right? Let's just say Yahweh.
See, but when you say stuff like that, like Yahweh, like you can even trace what these are old Canaanite deities. That's why we could such as he.
Yeah, we
like
could.
You're saying a woman is not God, which I'm not saying it is. I dispute that, but just how you saying that. But when you refer to God, you only say he. And when you get to the root of that, like when you get to the root, like saying the Lord, like we're using human pronouns to describe the creator for
yes. And this is what I want to say. The reason why we speak like this is because it gives us understanding of it. When you start, because even if you go back, if you want to adopt the history language and not speak on how we're speaking in modern day times, if you want to speak like how they did thousands of years ago, well, my nigga, kudos to you. You can speak that way, but you wouldn't be able to communicate with us. That's all I'm saying.
I'm not saying like thousands of years ago, but like for me, I would say the creator. I don't say God. I don't.
Oh yeah, I mean you could say the creator, say the but then you got to say the creator. If you peel back the layer, then what does the creator mean?
A creator? I mean, I have a mind to create, so common sense would tell me something creative.
Okay.
I don't have to say it's a he or a she though.
Yeah, but I would say, but here's what I would say. The God that I worship and the God that I believe in is more than just a creator. It's beyond a creator.
So you worship Yahweh?
A creator is subordinate to the things that, you know, it can conjure up in the mind.
I'm asking you a specific question. You worship Yahweh, right?
God.
Okay, you worship God, but you're a Christian, so you just brought up the name Yahweh. You don't think that one of the names of your God is Yahweh?
Well, yeah, like I said, it can mean different
Yahweh
things.
Is literally a Canaanite deity, bro.
No, what I'm saying is it can mean different things. If you could say Canaan, okay, so you could say
that's not the original
God, and
that's
we just spoke about this. No, it isn't cognitive dissonance. It's very simple. We could use the words of what it meant thousands of years ago. Think about what I'm saying.
Their origins.
Think about what I'm saying. Because I went on the same path that you was on. But the time that you're spending thinking about these things, it ain't going to get you nowhere. Because I could change my vocabulary to cater to you right now to actually use the right words or the words that is more comfortable with you. Right? I can do that. And you can do it too. But at the end of the day, it's focusing on nonsense if we still know what the word, if you still know what I'm saying, we're all Gucci. If you still know what I'm saying, we're all Gucci, bro.
That's still like ignoring the truth of where these things come from. Like
we're not ignoring the truth of where it comes from because guess what? It's very simple, bro. I'll tell you this. I'll tell you this. Who's the one guy? He did a podcast with I'm trying to remember his name. He speaks about all of this stuff with the Aztecs and all of the Sumerians, and he's an Egyptologist. That one black guy, he's super smart. And he went on Flagrant, and he was speaking about a lot of the things, the things that you're not speaking about it, but you said a few things that I know you probably watched them. What's his name?
No, I don't know what you're talking about.
If I said his name, you'll know exactly who I'm talking about. Let me try to find it real quick. God dang, hold up.
But for me, that's like people who celebrate Christmas and Easter. Like you'll tell me I'm doing it for this reason. It really
no, I got you, brother.
You do it for because of what the things you're doing symbolizes and where it comes from. Like it's literally devil worship. Like you're worshiping Ishtar, Nimrod. Like these are real people in history.
Yeah.
Who conquered our people, and it tells us in the Bible. Like, bro, I can use your reference.
Yeah, Nimrod, Kushtar. Yes, I can't pull his name up.
Tells us not to embrace the customs of these people. Like people be like,
yeah, I can't pull his name up. I got you, bro. Here's what I'm saying, man. At the end of the day, if you want to go ahead and operate that way and use that verbiage, as far as you don't say God, you say the Creator. I know what you mean when you say the Creator. And you know what I mean when I say God. So if you want to have it's a semantics argument. If you want to be indulged in semantics, I'm just saying that it ain't going to get you nowhere as a young man, because I was in the same field. I was in that same well, let me get to the root, and then you see that, what? Well, it's not even a root, because it's like, well, is this even true? Yeah, it was some text that said this, but is it even true? Is it fully verified? This is a story. Is it truly verified? You can even speak about that with the Bible in certain cases, but then the thing is with the Bible, bro, we could actually go back and get the actual facts that certain things that was said in the Bible, we can get physical facts of it, physical evidence for it. Like we can get physical evidence from that there was a flood. We can get physical evidence that the seas departed around that same time that it's even talked about with Moses. We can get physical evidence that the Jesus of Nazareth actually was living in this area. And then when he was 12, he left this area, and then he went to Egypt, and then he went to India and learned different things from different societies and different cultures and backgrounds. So we can get that evidence. So what advice for you is, tend to go with the things that you could actually get the root evidence for. If you can get actually solid evidence for it, then go down that path. But if you can't get any evidence for it and you're just getting doctrines of things and it doesn't make logical sense, it's like some things you take in, you leave out. Okay, this is good.
I got one question.
Sure, go ahead.
On the back of the dollar, when it says "In God We Trust," what God is it talking about? Because God didn't create money. And you can tell on the symbols on the back of that dollar, that's Babylon and Rome.
Who cares, bro?
You can't ignore it. How can you say who cares?
What I'm telling you, 25. Here's what I'm trying to tell you. This is what I'm gonna be very point blank with you. Here's what I'm trying to tell you. You 25. You definitely not an adequate man because you're still 25. You're not there yet. You need to work on some things. So stop thinking about it says God and trust on the back of a dollar, and work to try to be more disciplined. Get in the gym. Stop watching. Do you smoke or drink? You got any vices?
Yeah.
My nigga, why are you thinking about why does it say God and trust on the back of a dollar if you masturbating, smoking, and drinking? Nigga, be more disciplined.
You can't
forget
ignore that we living in Rome and Babylon.
I know. I'll tell you this. You
need learning. No, I'm just saying.
I got you.
But
listen,
the history of who I am. Like
I got you.
Calling myself Black and African American is disenfranchising myself.
Got you. I'm not.
History.
That's all fine and dandy.
Who I am? How can I be Christian? How can I?
That's all fine and dandy. Here's what I'm saying. That's all fine.
Great Spirit.
That's all fine and dandy. Here's what I'm saying. You thinking about the very, very small things that is not going to push you anywhere in life and help out your family or anyone that you love. It's not doing anything for your future. History is in the past. Yeah, we need to study it so we don't go back to doing the same dumb things that people in the past did. So good. You want to study history like I've done and that you're doing now. That's good to do. But you don't want to dwell in that. You still want, you stagnant because you got to get rid of your vices. You got to stop smoking, stop drinking, get in the gym.
I agree with that.
You got to make more money. So those are the things you need. And this is what I'm saying. You're on the right track of wanting to seek truth. But then if you're on the right track of wanting to seek truth, if you implement being more disciplined, getting rid of your vices and your hedonistic behaviors of smoking, drinking, and masturbating, right? If you can be more disciplined with those vices, it will balance you out. You won't live in chaos so much because right now it's chaotic. It's like, well, how can I don't have balance. I'm trying to seek out knowledge, but I'm still wanking off or I'm still doing smoking. I'm still doing things that's keeping me stagnant. You want to get out of that. When you be more disciplined, you'll live in reality and you'll be more base. You'll be able to not, be thinking about why does it say in God we trust on the back of a dollar? Nigga, get more dollars. Who gives a freak why it says in God we trust? Get more dollars. See, look, if you be more disciplined and you get more dollars, then you could be a rich guy and make laws or create a business and create some infrastructure.
Yeah, I'm still gonna make content on this. Like my podcast, The Young and the Conscious. I'm still
and your podcast. And you can even invest more money into your podcast to influence people how you want to influence. So you can still do things on a big enough scale, but it's going to take work. What me and Phil just talked about. Men can talk all day long, but you got to put in work. Like I only do 2 podcasts a week because nigga, I'm working. I'm working and only do 1 pod with girls a week. I can hire more recruiters and do like 3 shows like these other podcasts a week with mad girls. But it's like, freak that. Like I'm giving game to the guys right now. Like I'm helping out men just by doing these shows.
No, I respect that. I just can't ignore it though, bro. Like knowing that the story of Jesus and Mary comes from Nimrod, Semiramis, like
I feel you, bro.
I can't ignore stuff like that. So I definitely see what you say. I don't get lost in like the esoterical shit. Like when I was in Pan-Africanism, I would get like so lost in it. But like once I started learning the true facts and the history behind this stuff, that's what took me from getting lost in like the whole essence. Like somebody made a comment on this shit talking about crystals and bro, nothing I said would make you think that I'm in like the whole spiritual esoteric community.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not on that type of time.
Yeah, I know you're not that far.
I just went against them.
Yeah, I know you're not that far down a rabbit hole because some of the things that you are saying is actually facts. Anyone could Google it. But it's like it don't matter now. And
I can see
and like what I'm saying is it don't matter. It don't matter for you now. It's not gonna matter for your kids now. It's not gonna matter for your parents or your aunties now or anyone that you want to get out the hood. We Black, we all got family in the hood that we want to make a better life for. First, we want to make a better life for ourselves and then give back to our family and then have enough money to give back to people, random people. You know what I'm saying?
I'm saying though, like, okay, you saying it don't matter, but it's like, bro, it's saying in the Bible.
No. I'm not. I'm saying this. There's.
So I feel like I'm going against. Like it's literally speaking on not worshiping the queen.
You know, there's
not worshiping Ishtar.
What I'm saying is to give you priorities. You need to get your priorities straight.
I agree
right?
with that. I agree with that for sure.
Priorities straight. Those are things you could think about, but those are things that you could go down those rabbit holes. You're gonna be going down those rabbit holes for a while, bro. Trust me. That's you. 25. I've been there. I've been down that same rabbit hole. What I'm saying is get in the gym, be more disciplined, stop masturbating, stop smoking, stop drinking. Trust me, when you do that, bro, you will be your mental capacity and the things that you could think about and how you could focus on certain things, bro, it's extraordinary. And then not only that, the peace that you'll have, like you'll see a brighter future. And when you actually see a brighter future, when you look in your bank account and you have 6 figures actually in your bank account, not that you made, but you're looking at literally 6 figures in a bank account. All those worries that you used to be worrying about, those are going to go away. And it ain't about money I'm talking about. It's about the work you put in. Because money, you could be a cornball or a nerd with that had money, but no, it's the characteristics that it takes to build, to get the money, to be disciplined, to be decisive, to have integrity. When you build up your masculine characteristic frame about yourself, you'll look at things differently, bro. And the money is just going to be a byproduct of you working on yourself. And the self-work that you got to put in is all discipline. Sacrifice things, and then you'll have more time for other things. And don't ever be stagnant. Like, actually, like, get things done. But, I'll get to the next caller, bro.
Surely.
The young and the conscious.
I text you on Messenger, man. Just, like, if you get a chance, check me out, man. I really fuck with
Facebook?
Under Harry Houdini. I'm trying to grow my Instagram and shit, too, man. So
I got you, man. So, look.
Just check me out, man.
I got you, man. I do coaching. I do marketing and media coaching. I take many calls a day from Facebook and then off my link that I have as well. But most of the stuff is from Facebook because that's my biggest platform, 680K. But yes, I'll look at my messages and I'll send you my link so we could chop it up. And I'll give you the whole regimen of how to build up your Instagram.
I sent it to your personal page, the Cooley, the one with your name on it.
I got you. I'll give you the guys, the people that I use to make clips and stuff like that. They're very cheap. They're in other countries. So I'll give you the whole rundown. It will cost you to get the coaching. The coaching is 45 minutes, but you pay for the coaching. I'm going to give you everything you need only for a small price, but you're going to have everything you need to go ahead and rock out and bring your podcast to the next level, bro.
Appreciate you, man. Thank you, man.
Appreciate you, man. Have a blessed one, brother.
You too, brother.
Peace.
Yes, sir.
All right. Hey, man, we about to close down this stream. I've been rocking with y'all for a minute, man. Let's see. Do we got time for... I told Julius Caesar I'll get him in, so I'll get Julius Caesar in. Let me get to the super chat real quick. Okay, we got... True King sends in $2. He says, keep doing your thing, Cooley. Strong and black. Appreciate you, man. We have the lion and the ox. The young, etc., bought his clothes, paid his rent with, and got food with money. It's funny how that works. I am a woman, by the way. Hey, and you supporting in a real way. I appreciate the support. Yeah, you are spitting facts. He bought his clothes, paid his rent, food, and all of that with money, and has the need. It is funny. It's very ironic. Good point. And you're the one that sent in a big super chat too. Let me give you a no Fugazi.
No Fugazi.
Hey, chat. I ain't no money hustler. A dude that's, with one of them preachers with the basket like, give me some money. No, all the super chats y'all send in, it goes into more cameras, it goes into better lighting, and just trying to put more into the podcast. We got merch dropping. Literally, that's super chat money that I purchased the merch with and then paying out. We got the No Fugazi. We got the Mr. Man glasses. These are dropping soon. The famous glasses that I wear, which is my brand. Y'all thinking like, yo, where you get those from? I'm like, I always had them. And because I was always working on a glasses line anyway from the door, but I just didn't put it out. I was kind of lazy with it. But now since I grew a platform, I'm like, let me actually put out the product that I already have. But what I wanted to say was, we got a woman chat. It's a woman in here. She sent in a total of $60 and 2 super chats. Y'all niggas in here. Come on, chat. What's going on? Support. It goes right back in. Trust me, I don't need the bread. My pockets is fine, papi. Julius Caesar. Welcome to No Fugazee Podcast, man. State your real name and where you from.
My real name is Julius Caesar.
God dang. And you black too. They was like, well, we gonna go with the Greeks and just name you after this white man. This ruler. Nah, I'm messing with you. I'm messing.
That's pretty much how it went, I guess. But
I feel you, man.
I'm also from Florida, from Fort Lauderdale. I don't know what area bro's from, but I'm from Fort Lauderdale. And,
Word. That's what's up, man. Talk to me. What you got, brother?
So I know we at the end of it, so I just wanted to run this down real quick because
sure.
One, God, okay? They are taking
wait, my bad. Before you get into that, I didn't even do the regular stuff. You said you from Florida, Fort Lauderdale, and age?
35.
35. Okay, go ahead, brother. Right. What were you saying? God what?
God, okay. God, when we just say God by itself, we know that's the greater power, the creator, Yahweh, whatever you want to call him, God. But when they come back and they're trying to argue with you, they are referencing stories, because that's what the Bible is, stories from different people's point of views that they wrote and collectively put into a book. And these stories introduce a God, or they say the God. That's like talking about Athena, Zeus, and the other Roman gods that they believed in. People that they believe controlled, like the sun god, the warrior god, and stuff like that. They are talking about a God. They're not speaking of the God, the creator. So within the vocabulary of the book, the Bible, the Quran, the everything, they refer to a God and the God. There's a difference. So within the arguments, are they saying that people praise a God named such and such, a God name?
Yeah, I know that. Yep.
So yeah. I'm pointing that out to the ones that are arguing about, oh, women are gods and this and that. Yes, there are women that are referred to as a god.
And some old texts.
But they're not the God. They're not the all-powerful creator God, the one who created others. They are God of a something.
Facts. And that's what I was speaking about with the young guy that I was just on. He was like, well, these words, have meanings, and they're from these scriptures and these old texts and stuff like that. So you got to be careful about, what you're saying, because, that meaning derived from, that word derived from this, and that kind of meant like a lesser God.
Right.
I'm like, yeah, bro. We get what you're saying. I read the same stuff too, but you're going down a path that it ain't gonna get you nowhere.
Right. And
we know, because we're talking specifically, very specific. I'm talking about the God. You just talking about a God. But the thing was, I don't know. I'm not sure when you came in. The stream been going on for 3.5 hours.
I came in back when 1 + 1 = 3. That's how long.
Well, 3 people said that.
And I was here with the first one. And I was like, bro.
So you was here the whole time, bro. So you witnessed that they weren't even talking about a God. They weren't saying that woman is a God. They was literally saying that the black woman is the God. That's what I was trying to get them to say. And that's what I was trying to get them to like actually make reference points to. And then that's what they said. Even the guy, the first one, he was like, well, if a God is going to take on like, the masculine or the feminine, it would be the feminine, because the feminine creates life. Like the feminine has the womb. And I'm like, what nigga, that's stupid. The God, we already know that God is masculine God. Like masculinity creates order, not chaos. Femininity is very flowy. I wouldn't say God is flowy. God wants us to be subordinate. God wants us to be obedient. Like he wants order and structure, not chaos and confusion. And women tend to live in that type of land, which they have the comfortability of living in that land because men provide them that comfortability of living like that. That's why I use references like, bro, if you live in these third world countries, my nigga, gender roles, it's not a social construct. It's very real because without clean water, without electricity, how we have it now, without e-commerce, how we have it now, Uber Eats and all of these little, comfortable things, how we can get food fast in Walmarts and stuff like that. You need the woman needs a masculine man to truly protect and provide for her. And guess what? The masculine man that loves his woman, he will do that naturally. And that woman, she would submit to that man naturally because that's the natural order of things. So gender roles isn't a social construct. It's the natural order of life.
Right. And the animal kingdom proves that.
Yeah.
So you touched on a couple of different things that I was going to say. One, the young man before, that same rabbit hole, almost got lost in there too, believing in all that. So,
I had to help him out.
Right.
You think I did a good job?
I mean, he's still stuck. He's stuck. He's trying to battle it. So
maybe he can watch it back.
Right. If you watch it back, I want to throw something to you. I don't know if this is something said. I just know it came to me in a dream, and I've been sticking to it ever since. Okay. So if it never was said, and I'm saying it here live on you, this is documented, recorded. Here we are. So I got proof all day. But your perception of life is based on the knowledge that you know. Right? Meaning that when you were younger, you seen as a child, when you grew up and you grew knowledge of things, you started to see a common to your age or your surroundings. Because people who haven't seen crime or seen poverty or seen the slums, or some people that haven't seen the riches, the glory, the good neighborhoods, and they don't know it.
They don't know of it. That's facts.
So your perception of life is based off of what your knowledge is. Now that you've found some new knowledge, don't let it control you. Don't let it point you in a direction, because you are arguing the fact of God, right? Oh, it meant this back in the day. Hey, bro, just last year, the word munch only meant to eat.
Facts. Now it means something different.
Hey, if you, I want to say, give it a year. Give it a year ago, or maybe a little bit more. Glizzy only meant gun, and before that, I don't think it had a meaning. But now it's a hot dog as well.
Facts.
Bruh,
and give it a while ago. Cap only really meant the cap that you're wearing on your head.
Or a cap to a bottle cap. Hey, what kind of
bottle cap?
You feel me? You know what I'm saying? Words change meaning. So you got to adopt to what it means now. You know what I'm saying?
The one that we're not going to let them get away with, though, just humans in general, the rainbow people, we're not going to let them steal men and women. We're not going to let them get that. They ain't changing that. We fighting for that.
You was a boy or you was a girl.
Facts.
Whichever one. And I ain't going to lie to you.
I always say, hey, Julius, I say something similar to what you say. I'm not sure how long you've been watching my podcast, just in general, not just today. But I say something similar. I say that, which is facts. Even the CIA knows this, and they speak about it as well. And they operate off of it. But perception is unique. Everyone has their own perception. And like you said, it's based off of your experiences and your knowledge. It's very unique to you. It's your perception, is how you perceive the world based off your knowledge and what you've experienced. And 98% of people operate in their own perception.
Right.
Based off the knowledge that they get and based off their experiences. 98% of people operate that way. 2% of people actually have a true perspective. A perspective is the art of observing the world outside of yourself. So not just in your own experiences, not just based off your own knowledge, but observing the world outside of yourself. Right. And when you look and when you have a perspective, only 2% of people operate in that stance. You literally, bro, you're not going to be masturbating, one, because you're not going to be living within yourself all the time. You're not going to be, smoking and drinking because you're going to get rid of those vices. You're not going to have those hedonistic behaviors because you're not going to be living within your mind. You're not going to be looking for satisfaction and pleasures all the time. You're going to live outside of yourself. So that means that you're going to be more capable of being disciplined and being able to observe the world outside of your own little frame, in which usually people like that are actually more empathetic. People like that, they prosper, they succeed, they do better at, managing tasks and overcoming adversities and traumas because they're living outside of their own little space. They experience less depression and have less anxiety. Right? Because if you're just living in your own little perception, you experience more depression, you experience more anxiety. But if you have the ability to actually operate outside of that, then, you'll live a better life and you'll succeed more in life. But smart guy, Julius Caesar, you got anything else for me?
We're just touching on points.
Touching on points, man.
We're touching on points, man. That's all. You got to come in and clarify the one. The one was the word, the verbiage. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
God and God, like just God by itself is talking about the higher power, the
ultimate God, creator.
And when you listen to how they list it or how you read it in text, the God, a God, this it's a title.
Yeah.
Over there.
Nah, I feel what you're saying, bro. But I appreciate the support. Are you subscribed to the YouTube channel?
Yes, sir.
Yep. Yes, it also we'll be in Miami soon, bro. So join and I know Fort Lauderdale not too far. So join the Discord. We'll keep you up to date on that. That's the third link in the description. And we'll stay tuned in, bro.
All right, bro. Take it easy. Keep
Have
going.
A blessed one, man.
Yep.
All right, chat. Man, this was a long stream. 3 hours and 40 minutes, man. I had how many debates? 4 or 5 debates. Had a couple other callers like Julius Caesar calling just to give their little points and stuff to support the podcast. But hey, man, I ain't going to take up too much of your time. Before y'all go, like the channel before you leave. It pushes it into the algorithm. Sign up to be a member if you want to support this content. Friday, we got an after-hour show with a bunch of ladies that's coming on. Probably going to be starting around like 9:30 p.m. on Friday. Got about 4 girls that's coming on. And man, usual scheduled programming with that. Merch is dropping soon. That's going to be dropping at literally in like a few, because it's the beginning of May, so that's going to be dropping in a few weeks, the shirts and the glasses. Actually like 2 weeks, I would say. And also click the 4th link in the description for the Clips channel. Subscribe to the Clips channel. We want to get that up to, we reached 160K right now on YouTube on our main channel. Let's get our Clips channel. I want to get that up to 100K in 6 months, man. I think we could do it if we just keep pushing it. But I need my day ones in here to subscribe to the Clips channel and help that content grow. Sometimes you don't have the time to watch the full episodes, but if you sign up, subscribe to the Clips channel, you'll actively be posting like 2 clips a day in there. Then that's going to go up to like 3 clips a day. So you'll get more content from us. Other than that, this podcast was no Fugazee. Thank you for your support, and we out, man.